What is goonicide?
We're gonna go from TikTok ban into goonicide.
Why should we ease up?
What do you hold on? Actually, no, it's fine. No, we need some. Let's lighten the mood a little bit.
What do you think?
What do you think that is? When like I typed in the word goonicide and you had to phonetically sound it out and everything. What do you think that is?
We're getting rid of the goons. There's no more goons anymore. Goonicide?
Goonicide. It's a goonicide.
That's what Dr. Umar said to do. That's not what we're talking about.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
Gotta exterminate them. Fuck God.
Do you know what gooning means?
Gooning?
Yeah.
Is that like getting goons? Like,
all right.
Think outside of Toronto.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Speaking of buffet, I remember one time we got taxed for noise. Have you guys ever had that?
Noise tax?
At like a buffet?
What Chinese buffet
tax?
did this to you guys? What Chinese buffet did this to the black table?
It was Spoonful in Shoppers World at Brampton. They
Not too much on Shoppers World.
They wrote in pencil on the receipt, noise, $5.
Wow.
And we weren't even being loud. Like, I'd get it if we were being loud. We genuinely were not being loud.
Noise tax is crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, man.
They basically called you the N-word.
Yes.
$5.
Yes.
That's the black tax.
Black
noisy people.
Noisers.
These noisers.
Noisers.
Noise
I'd be
us.
so
Noise
mad if I
us.
was reading my bill and all of a sudden it said $5 noise. I'd be like, what the hell?
We
They
were
be
so
dropping
confused.
news slurs.
Did you guys pay it?
Yeah. We were young though.
You succumbed to the noise tax.
Yeah.
But the
was like
funniest thing is,
19.
the Chinese people in Chinese culture, like eating loudly is a compliment.
Like,
That's why slurping is a thing.
oh, I hate
So
that.
why would they charge you for being noisy while
Nothing
you guys
I
are
hate
eating?
more in this world than a loud eater. Oh, I mean...
I see
Do you
where we're
guys have
headed
this
today.
rolling?
Yeah, it's
We're
rolling.
on.
Oh, okay. Good,
Yeah, it's
good. I was
airing.
gonna say,
Everyone,
at least
welcome
you-
to episode 3 of the Relentless Diaries podcast.
Yeah, we're on our own Iverson
New
today.
guest.
No,
My
I thought we
name.
were doing football this time.
Are we doing 3? Who's 3 in football?
Yeah, who's 3?
I don't know football
Somebody's
numbers
3.
like that, y'all. CP3 is what I'm giving y'all today.
Who's number 3 in football? Probably like a quarterback or
Is
running back
Jalen
or
Hurts
something?
3?
Yo, stop bringing that nigga up.
Why you hate him so hard? Why you hate him so hard?
Every hour, yo.
Not, are you dumb? It's not every hour. I did not bring him up every hour. Who's
Low-key.
NFL 3?
Russell Wilson.
There we
Okay,
go.
cool.
All
Black
right,
King.
we're- yeah.
All right.
Russell Wilson's a
Or
black.
biracial king. Is he half Asian? I don't know. Anyways, Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson looks like he could be from one of the islands, like Samoan Islands or Tongan or one
Yeah,
of
he
those.
gives me some
Jeff
type-
Reed.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Bronco Nagurski.
I don't know
That's a
those
good
people.
name.
Yeah,
Let's stick to
these
Russell Wilson.
football numbers don't hit like the basketball ones.
Yeah, let's stick to
We're
CP3.
on our Chris Paul, Allen
Yeah, let's
Iverson
stick to
episode.
CP3,
Yeah,
Allen
yeah,
Iverson,
yeah.
Russell Wilson episode. I'm your main host, Zoe.
I'm Trezor.
Mucho.
And I'm Clyde.
You have a special guest,
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Norm.
Norm. Welcome to the Relentless Diaries podcast. How you
Thank you.
been?
I'm great.
This is your first time.
First time. Thank you guys for having me, man.
How do you feel?
You know what? I've been doing podcast recordings every Tuesday for almost 7 years.
Wow.
So I feel like I'm cheating.
Are you cheating on your pod?
Like,
Rare.
but it
I don't want to
feels-
get in trouble.
No, you're good. They know the deal. I'm like, y'all don't need me.
So Marlon's not going to
Oh,
have
you
to
left
call.
your
We're
pod
gonna-
to come to this pod.
Yeah, it's a record tonight. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Damn.
It's all right. I let them know. Like, yo, you guys got two guests tonight. There's not enough mics.
Marlon's not going to text you like, I knew you were with another pod.
they know what's up.
See me with
He's
them.
gonna say
But I mean, cheating more so in the sense that like I haven't been elsewhere on a Tuesday for so long. And I'm like, oh, this is what it feels like out of a Tuesday.
it's
You know what I
outside
mean?
of your routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Nothing
but it
wrong with
feels
a little
good.
change.
It feels great. New year, new me, new podcast setting. So, yeah.
Welcome.
And to start off with like football talk, I'm like, I know shit all about.
You don't
the
watch
NFL.
football?
I do not watch NFL
At all.
At all.
Damn.
I just started following like for real this year, and I was sad that the Ravens lost on Sunday.
Very sad.
Andrews,
Like,
boy,
Very sick.
Man.
Have you guys been to an NFL game?
you better
No.
not
No,
go back to Baltimore, stupid.
Ew. Have you been to a live football game?
I went to the New York Giants versus
boy.
Philadelphia Eagles
Oh, boy.
game in the swamp in Jersey. And I remember I was tailgating and I was just walking walking to the spot, and I was just me and two other homies from Canada. We're just walking, experiencing this pandemonium.
Yeah.
And some guys didn't see us with beers in our hand. They're like, "Hey, you, get over here!" I was like, "Whoa, whoa!" They're like, "Put a beer in that hand. Don't walk around empty." I was like, "Whoa, all right, yeah, America, you know." And then these guys are like, "Hey, man, you want a dog?" I'm like, "All right." Boom, hot dog, beer, free, just walking around tailgating.
Really? It's like that much of a community, huh?
It's lit. I want to go
Everyone's
to a
going
tailgate.
like, "What are we doing in the first quarter? Defense. Second quarter, defense. Third quarter." They're going crazy over defense.
Wow.
Everybody's just screaming defense. And that specific game, I think they hit the record amount of sacks in a game that night. And I was just like, "Fucking defense!" And that was the one time I was like, I could see why football is such a big thing. It's like tied to the patriotism of America.
It's very
You know?
That's why
tied.
college football is even bigger. Like,
Especially with certain cities that don't got nothing else going on. Like speaking of that,
Like Buffalo.
When do the Bills play again? I want to go, not to the game, but I want to go to like a tailgate.
They
or
play
something.
against Kansas City next week.
I
on
want to
Sunday.
go. I'm
I
trying to
wanted
go.
that to be Lamar and Mahomes.
You want to go? You know how much tickets are going to cost?
No, not to the game, like
Oh,
to a
just
tailgate.
to Buffalo, just to
Yeah, to
tailgate.
Buffalo.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah.
tailgate, you might not make it out.
My manager lives over there. I'm gonna tell her, yo.
Oh,
let me
no,
know
but the game's in Kansas City.
Oh, but
Yeah.
still, it's still gonna be lit. They still turn up regardless.
Did you guys
gonna
go
go
to
to
the game
Kansas
when they
City?
were in
no,
the
not
Skydome?
Kansas, in Buffalo.
I never went to one. No, I've never been to an NFL game.
Neither
Was
have
that
I.
the Bills?
Same.
Yeah, the Bills, they were trying to like woo the Bills over to Toronto to see if they could have a Toronto NFL team.
I don't think
But,
it's
like,
stuck.
No, never.
Do you guys like know a lot of Bills
there was
fans
no,
in Toronto?
There was no
I do
Bills
for that
Bills
reason.
fans
culture,
in
nothing.
Toronto?
In Toronto,
No.
No.
Bills fans are diehards because
Yeah.
that's all they have.
Yeah.
So like to take it from diehards to like people that have multiple options.
Yeah.
And we're not even a football town, man.
yeah, CFL ain't really, you know.
CFL, no one really watches the CFL. with all
CFL's
due
not
respect.
big over here, but in the West, like in Saskatchewan.
Oh yeah, in the
'cause
smaller
they have nothing
provinces, huge.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah. Like Winnipeg, Blue Bombers,
Yeah.
Really?
The Riders.
fire.
Yeah, they're like the
They got
Riders
nothing
over in
else.
Calgary.
Edmonton, whatever. Like I like the OHL. Sorry, OHL. What are we talking about? The CFL friends that I have that work out there, they say like they're celebs out there.
Yeah,
Like, it's
the-
celebrities?
Yeah.
The
That is
Edmonton.
so
They don't have
sorry,
anything
the,
else.
The
It makes
Elks.
sense.
They're not the Eskimos no more.
Oh yeah, you can't
Edmonton
say
They
Elks.
changed it?
That was their commanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was their
Yes,
Reds.
yes, yes.
So you're my elk brother, you know. Yeah.
That's right.
Some places all they got is the tide. So you know
I don't give a piss about none but the time.
that's a lifestyle. So
Roll
like,
Tide.
Roll Tide roll.
That's wild.
I wish I went to a school in the States just to have that, like,
Yeah. Would you go to
Badge.
like a?
It's so lit.
Would you go to like a white school, like a Blue Mountain State
PWI?
school, or would you go to
Or a
like
HBCU?
Yeah.
no, I think I need to go to HBCU.
Word.
I don't think I
city
can go to
love me like a
I
college
would
running
probably-
back. Like that's a
I would want to go to a HBCU, but if I have friends at the PWI that I could visit, that's where you get the good sweet spot.
Get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, because
I would
those
like to-
schools are like insane. Bro.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
went.
no, would you like to go to HBCU or?
To be the token Asian mascot of the HBCU would be wild.
It'd be lit.
And I already rock braids here and there occasionally. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? I'm already there, baby. Like,
Have you ever been on any of those campuses,
No.
bro? It's
HBCU?
insane. No, like just the big
about-
colleges.
So either.
Oh, colleges, yes. Like in the States, yes,
Yeah.
but not HBCU, no.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been to HBCUs, but not a PWI.
Yeah, and I've only been to PWI. I've never been to HBCU. But those, it's like the school is the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
It's
Kentucky.
like PCA.
Yeah, it literally
Actually,
is.
Cap. No, my cousin. He went to James Madison University in Virginia. I visited one time.
I mean,
those high school games get televised. Like it's a big deal.
I was talking about something a little higher than James Madison University. I meant like
something where-
UCLA, University of
gotcha.
Kentucky,
Oh, my fault.
UNC.
North Carolina, yeah.
Yeah.
Different levels. Different
Yeah,
levels.
it's insane over there, bro.
Yeah.
Because the money is just
Yeah.
like, think about this. They just started paying players in college. Imagine how much money they've been making before that.
Yeah.
You know,
Stupid
not paying
amounts.
nobody. That's like how America ran. Dude,
Yeah.
that's how they built the country
Yeah.
off free labor, and then they started finally. It's part of their heritage. That's their
Yeah.
that's a system that they use all the the
We don't get
across
into
the board.
all that today.
Them schools is expensive.
Get into
boy.
what?
If
It's
you
gonna be
don't
a
have
very
a
American
scholarship,
episode.
America.
Okay, well, let's start with
start
Dear
with
Relentless because we got a lot of great. Or do we want to talk about the comments, since we like to talk about the comments. I mean,
you said you were going to make a point of that to start with the
For
feedback.
this season.
yeah.
What
Well, I
happened?
mean, I try to start every episode now with like acknowledging the comments that people leave on our videos. Obviously, we appreciate that. The video that we got the most comments on was people calling you guys children, calling you and Tresor, or Mucho and Tresor, little boys, for not seeing the appeal of waiting for your girl naked
Yeah.
on demand.
Google Gaga.
What do you mean, Google Gaga? Oops! Oh my God! Sorry.
Like, what are you?
I'm
I'm
a
trying to get my thing.
I
I'm
mean,
trying to
that's
look at the
fine.
comments. But I mean,
I wasn't. My main thing is I wasn't even necessarily talking pride wise. I just meant practicality wise. Like, why am I just in the house naked? That's not comfortable for me. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying I wouldn't do it because I don't like just being naked.
Now,
That's all.
I
if you
noticed
had, if
men
you
are
had the
not comfortable
opportunity
with
to,
their nudity. Are y'all scared of your own penises?
No.
Because some of
No.
them are like, I don't want my slinky out. Oh, I don't want this though. Then I'm just here with my ting out, and I'm like, yeah, it's your ting. That's okay?
My ting on soft?
Yeah,
What are you talking about? It's too.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, why would you want to walk around all hard, like just randomly by yourself, just like
Okay, I thought you were talking about in relation to a woman around.
But
me.
I'm saying, I feel like men, like with me, like I can be naked and it wouldn't matter. Like I'm not scared that my titties are out. You guys have a thing where like, oh, this my piece is just out, and it's like,
Well, yeah,
it's
because
just out.
because we have a what's the word? It starts with an E, or is it appendage?
Erect?
Expenditure? No, like we have something.
direction.
No, we have something on our bodies that is outside of our bodies.
an external.
External.
I didn't
guess.
mean external, but whatever.
Yeah.
We have something on our bodies that's external.
appendage.
Appendage. That's the word I was looking for.
That's an A, not an E.
I said A or
You said
E
starts with the E.
or A.
Starts
That's
with a
what I
vowel.
said. Anyways, there's more. You're more likely to. You're more prone to hurt yourself than women whose insides are tucked. I could turn a corner wrong and it's over. You know.
Okay.
That is true.
Okay, come on.
Word to
I
Trisha.
could
Hold on.
walk past. I could walk
That's
past
real.
the corner of that, and if I hit my piece on that,
Curtains.
it's over.
So okay, you know when people say, "Oh, yo, you're a pussy," to me, I'm like, "Oh, so you're saying I'm resilient? I'm strong. I could take a beating."
I'm the reason life
You know,
exists.
like.
I hear
You know, so you're saying, and so you're saying I make you feel amazing, you know?
Take a beating is crazy.
take a thumping.
But that's what I'm saying. A dick, you could like literally a small little flick, you
Flick
like,
it like
on
that.
the ground, like the whole the pain that just sends across your body from a small nick is just it's excruciating.
And that's
Women
why
will never
I-
understand.
And that's why I was really.
Women will
outside,
never
exactly.
understand.
Well,
the
like
pain.
in the same way, we will never understand the pain of giving birth.
Okay.
Women will never understand the pain of getting your nuts kicked in,
Yeah.
or even like a small little fucking love tap.
So if
You know
that
what I'm
shit's
saying?
out bare,
So if
that's
someone goes like this to
a
your balls,
liability.
you're telling me
That
Ground,
hurts.
on the ground.
That hurts.
So that's why if someone calls you pussy, and I'm like, you're a dick. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not soft. You know, like that's more vulnerable than anything.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's
So-
funny because my girl has been like trying to push this and it has not been sticking. She doesn't like if when people call each other pussies, she wants people to start calling each other ball sacks because they're soft and can't take nothing. I don't think it's gonna stick, but that's what she's been trying to push.
you ball sack.
or just say wussy. You know,
What's a wuss?
But it's still derivative of
wussy is
pussy.
yeah, that's white pussy.
I like that.
Don't be a
Wussy. But I like dickhead then.
I like dickhead
fucking
too.
dickhead.
Hey, yo.
Oh shit.
hey man. Hey bro.
I deserve that one.
That's
After all the pauses you be handing out, you just said I like dickhead.
Whoa, pause.
what are we doing?
After all the pauses you be handing out, this man just said in 4K, I like dickhead.
Trey's like, I'm gonna go home and edit the shit out of this.
This is Trey's gold
Trey about
star.
to Photoshop the craziest stuff on you, bro.
All right, can we just get to the relentless before this gets even worse?
Okay, so Norm, on the
feeling
show
guys
we
know
do something called Dear Relentless, right? So every week people usually write in. We actually had a really funny one. I don't know how it's gonna get reactions to, but
Is it worse than last week when Mucho smashed the man's girl?
That was
it's
funny.
not as bad as that, but it's close.
That's hilarious.
So people write
Does it
in.
incorporate any of us individually?
No, no, no,
specifically?
it
Man,
doesn't.
thanked you too, right?
Jesus
Did,
Christ.
right? Lord's word,
No, thank
man.
you.
Come on.
Thank you
brother.
for showing me.
Yeah. So people usually write in like stories or advice or whatever, right? So we have 2 this week.
Okay.
So the first, this is one that I thought was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, and they remain anonymous. So the first one is, Dear Relentless Diaries, I need help getting my girl back. Hey,
I like it.
Okay.
please. But I
Let's
tell you
go.
guys, hold like
Let's
this
go.
is like the behemoth. Just hold on before we hit the drop.
I always try to hear them out first.
All
'cause
right,
they're
here
being
we go.
vulnerable.
Hey guys, I need some help getting my girl back. Some context, my girl and I have been dating since grade 10 and we went to the same school together, so we all have the same mutual friends. Myself, my girl, and a group of our friends all had a link up not too long ago, just for like an unofficial reunion type thing, and it was so lit. We had a blast and we even met Nav that night. One thing though, my girl and the other girls did get a bit, what's going on? What?
It's just a funny detail. It's just a funny detail.
Funny
Keep going.
detail. Just
Keep
want to
going.
slip that in there.
Keep going.
One thing though, my girl and the other girls did get a bit drunk, and at one point my girl was full on kissing the other girls. Not to go too much into detail, but they were more like pecks for 3/4 seconds and lizard kisses. What's a lizard kiss?
Is that like the tongue?
Stop.
Is that like flicking
What is that?
flicking tongues?
That's gross. I've never done that to a guy or a girl.
I don't think it's like fully lizard, like super fast. I think it's just tongue out, no lips.
Ew, that's gross. Okay.
No lips, just tongue.
Everyone just thought nothing of it, but I can't lie. I was so embarrassed, and I just asked her why she did that, and she said it was just us girls being girls. And my annoyance subsided a bit, but I felt like it was so disrespectful. Anyway, fast forward later, my uncle who worked at our school was celebrating his birthday at Hot House, the buffet on Church Street. I don't know if y'all know about it, but it's amazing. You went to Hot House?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty
Yeah?
good.
Okay, cool.
Pretty good.
My uncle was like a dad to all of us black kids that went to a predominantly white school while he was teaching there. So all of my friends from school and family pulled up, including my girl and her friends. It was such a great day. I thought that weeks beforehand now was the best time to pop the question. So I proposed to her in Hot House and she said yes. It was where we had our first date and it was romantic, and I thought it was romantic. It was the best feeling ever. The night went on and me and my boys got lit again. One thing led to another, and I kissed one of my boys on the lips.
Whoa.
Just as banter, and it was only a peck. That's me and my...
Yo, keep going.
That's me and my boys banter, but for some odd reason, everyone started calling me gay. I said it wasn't deep. That's just our banter, and everyone seems to think I'm going crazy when my girl just did the same thing. Everyone thinks I'm gay now, even my girl and her friends, except for my homeboy I kissed. I'm telling everyone they're hypocrites, but they don't seem to listen. I just did the same thing she did in front of everybody, and now is moving strange like we don't live in the 21st century. Am I bugging? What have I done wrong? I haven't communicated with my girl in a bit, but she still has the ring, so I don't know what's going on. She is the one. Remember, she proposed.
He hasn't talked to her in a bit.
She's the one. What do I do to make it up to her and get her, us, and the wedding back on track? What do I do? Can I hear from Clyde especially? Because I remember back in season 4, he shared a similar personal dilemma.
What?
Similar to what mine is now. Zoe and Tresor can tell me what I've done wrong, and Zoe from a girl's POV. What do you think she's thinking so I can resolve it? Respects to all. Love the pod.
What is it? I don't know. Clyde got it.
First of all, I think what he's referring to is that I was in a relationship where like my girl was bi and she had like kissed like a girl in front of me.
Oh, okay.
I think that could be the only thing. That could really be the only thing that he is referring to.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Couldn't have specified.
Oh my God.
No, because it's been multiple relationships. I feel like I've had that occur.
That's fair, man.
So let's
if there were any flags within that whole comment or that whole paragraph or whatever it was you read, it was the fact that he mentioned Nav out of nowhere, out the blue. And by the way, I also saw Nav. You know, it's like,
I was in Turks, little baby.
right. So that you want to do that, get cheesed about your girl kissing the next girl, and then kiss your boy and be like, it's okay. Bro, I don't know what to say. You're probably not gay, but you don't have much to work with right now. Just take the L and be like, listen, okay, I fucked up, but I promise you I'm not gay. If you're not. If you know that, you're not. But maybe you are, and if that's a whole other layer that you may have to peel. And don't try to save this possible marriage for the sake of just saving face. Maybe there's layers you might have to peel back, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But also, to have a bisexual wife, come on, man, let that live, let that breathe. That's,
Oh my God.
yeah, come on, man.
21st century.
21st century.
I think he's allowing it, but Clyde, were you allowing it? Like, what was the
I
problem?
remember allowing it, but I also remember like the deeper I got into that relationship, I remember thinking back to that instance and was like, I don't know if I'd be as cool and want to allow that again, you know? Because it happened early on, like in the relationship.
So was she like sleeping with girls too?
No.
Oh.
She just like pecked like one of her friends, kind of like that. And I remember like, yeah, it was like whatever. And then I remember thinking about it, like the deeper like feelings get, I was kind of just like, I don't know if I want anybody kissing my girl in front of me. Like, I don't think I want to see that at all. And I've always said, I'm not the person that's threesomes and everything like that doesn't appeal to me. Like
Threesomes don't appeal to you?
like it, as a juvenile, it sounds cool, but it just
Listen. You never do a threesome with your girl. You do
that's
it
what they
with
say,
a
right?
random girl.
Yeah, I guess. But just I don't know the duality of all that. I this dude sounds mad vindictive, like spiteful, and like how are you gonna get your lick back like that?
Yeah, I don't
He
think
literally
it's
got
that.
his
I
lick
don't
back.
think he did it out of spite.
I don't think
It
it's
seems
that.
a little spiteful. It seems
I
a
don't
little.
think so.
I think it was white boy wasted.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
he's a brown boy, I could already tell.
Like, what
But
in the
I think he was-
challengers is going on
I
here?
think
You
he's
know?
black.
No, he said he's black.
Oh, he's
He said
black?
his uncle,
I
yeah.
think-
I thought he was brown because he's excited to see Nav. Don't kill me.
I'll let Zoe go last.
I'm also
That's
racist.
funny.
It's giving challengers.
Okay.
Nah, to me, I feel like, all right, on one hand, it's like I completely would roast you if you were my friend. 100%. I would roast you. I'm on the side of that. But if I'm being objective here, I feel like I see where he's coming from, because if he was just in his like white boy humor bag, like if everyone in this situation was white, no one would bat an eye.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
think that's fair.
Very good point.
Because black people, we're so, I don't know what the word is, but we're so
Homophobic?
just. I wasn't going fully homophobic. That's not what I
This
meant.
one isn't any better. Toxic masculinity. Like, what do you want to do?
I was going more toxic masculinity,
All right.
but not even just toxic masculinity, because girls do it too. And that's why there was that whole the whole big thing about girls, like, would a girl date a guy that's
There was
bi
a
and all
whole
that type of
insecure
stuff, right?
season about this.
But what he's saying, technically, he's not wrong. He's like, yo, if you could kiss your homegirl and then he kissed his homeboy, what is the difference except that I'm a guy and you're a girl? There is no fundamental difference. Fundamentally, there's no difference.
I think the
In
difference
society,
is,
there's a difference.
You're right. I think there is a difference, though, in using it as an argument to prove otherwise. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I think
girls kiss girls. They'll write songs about it. It'll become a hit. Boys kissing boys.
Doesn't work.
You don't
Yeah.
really hear it.
Unless you're
you
like
know?
Tyler the Creator or something.
maybe.
Frank?
But I do think that it is kind of unfair for his girl to cut him off because he pecked his homeboy. Like, if you know
Especially
that
if
this
she was
man,
just
like,
kissing a
if
girl,
you
too,
know
yeah.
that, not even just that, but if you know that your man is not gay and he does this, you have every right to be like, bro, you are absolutely insane and you're bugging out right now. But
But how do you know your man is not gay?
how do you know anyone is anything?
That's true.
You never could. So, like, you just have to take them at their word. And if this is the first time you've ever seen him do it and you genuinely believe that he's telling the truth,
Leave her.
Yeah, low key, this might not be
It might not
your
be it.
wife, fam. If you could do something like this and it's clipped from just this, she
and
might
it's-
I don't
not.
know, 'cause
And it's a grade 10 thing.
She
too, so,
might
like-
not be
I
don't
feel
even know
like
what
if
you
your hold on. I feel like if your girl saw you peck TC,
She would.
No, you're.
Yeah, you don't have to put me in the scenario.
I do.
That's a little flagrant.
No, you don't. I do. No, you don't.
If you peck Sam, like something like that. If your girl saw you peck your best friend, you're telling me that you wouldn't be like, oh, come on. You know, like, you would understand if she was like, yo, what the hell?
Yeah, I would understand her being puzzled and confused, but if we're engaged, you're gonna cut me off.
But we just got engaged, like, you and her just got engaged that night, and then you go peck your homeboy?
Yeah, see, I feel like this needs context too. Why did you do this? Like,
Was it
but this
vindictive?
is
Getting
why,
his lick back.
no,
Maybe they were
but this
drunk
is why
and
I'm saying,
banter.
like, if this was white boy comedy banter,
Yeah.
I could see it. I'm still gonna say you're insane, but you could let that slide. That's just something that you tease him about for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
It's like it's not, you know.
See, if it's one of those moments where like, I love you, bro, you kiss a man on the forehead on some like drunk shit, cool. Kiss the
think
guy in the
that's
cheek,
what it
fucking love you, bro. Now once you start getting to like, kiss him in the neck, kiss him in the lips, like there's territories where like,
you
all right,
hug him at the
crossed-
same time?
You crossed the line now, like. You're going into that territory. Can you imagine be like, yo, bro, I fucking love you, man. And give him a quick neck kiss.
That's crazy, dude.
I'd be like, yo, what the bro? Right away. But
That's
still,
crazy.
it's like, even if it's a joke thing, like,
Word.
at the end of the day, context. Because
Word.
if it was on some joke shit, like,
Yeah.
I fuck with you,
Word.
cool. But if it's like, you were looking at each other and you just went for it. Like, yo,
That's
what the fuck?
crazy.
And he pulled out, like, yo.
At the end,
What? My wife did it?
Word. At the end, all I'm saying is like, if this was a bunch of white dudes, we wouldn't bat an eye and we wouldn't
you're right.
necessarily suggest that he might be gay. So I think there should be some leeway.
Or even
He's
niggas,
not
even
gay.
niggas that
That's
act
just
white.
Bradley.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Even niggas that act white. Like you allow like someone like Eric Andre or something.
Who's that?
So light skins.
True, I guess.
Tyler. If Tyler
That's the
did,
thing.
if Tyler
That's
did,
another thing. If we want to go deeper into the put on my Dr. Umar hat, into the toxic masculinity that is imposed upon dark-skinned men,
Right.
to where we have to
Demasculinize.
be even tougher because we are dark-skinned. Our brothers of mixed descent are allowed to do more things than we are.
Yeah, I'm
So
not,
you're
are.
saying light skinned guys are allowed to kiss other guys on the lips, but dark skinned guys cannot.
I'm not fighting this fight.
I think they
Put the gun down. Stop pointing at me, man. That's ridiculous.
I think
so he asked you because he was light skinned.
They already said, "Oh, I think Clyde could relate to this." Like,
He did say.
I think they could get it to slide way easier than I could, just because I'm
Pause.
darker than them.
So Zoe,
Okay.
you kiss women, right?
Okay, well,
So, so if this happened to
I
you,
kissed
yes,
women in
you
the
ha-
past.
There you go. So if this happened to you,
Right.
how does this man get you back?
It is gonna
But
be
would you leave him for that?
Has there been no inkling that he's done that before?
This is the first time you've ever seen him do this. It was a joke. Look, that's the context. Drunk.
joke,
Oh, I
yeah.
love you, bro. Peck. They laughed about it.
Yeah. I mean, am I gonna leave him? No. But would I be like, what the hell was that for a very long time? Absolutely.
you won't go full Molly.
But I also don't think, Molly. But that guy sucked dick though.
He was fine, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't bi. He just said, like one time
He
in
had one
college, I was like,
experience. Yeah.
and the guy sucked my dick, and she was like, what the hell? And then she broke up with him. But all I'm saying is, yeah, I don't think it's completely worth like breaking up over, but it's definitely worth like, yo, wagwan, yo.
Yeah. So
Like,
how
what's
does
happening?
how does he get you back?
A very, very long conversation. Like it has to be like a very clear communication. Like, you know, because at the end of the day, now we're engaged.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm vowing to spend my life with you, I don't want to be 20 years down the line. You're like, actually, I am gay. And now I'm like, yo, I knew it from when you kissed your friend. You know what I'm saying? So
To get it back, he has to build a gazebo for you.
not even that. 20
What's
gazebos.
Change the alternator.
See, but you
Building
see,
a gazebo would be super
but
gay.
you see how the context completely changes when it's men and women, because
Yeah.
if there was no him kissing anyone and it was just her who kissed her friend and he was trying to say what you just said, everyone would say he's insane. There's no way that he could tell his girl, you have to now convince me that you're straight or we're not going to be together. Everyone would be like,
that's
what
true.
the hell are you talking
No,
about?
you're right. You're
That
right.
makes no sense.
It's a crazy double standard.
So it's
You're
a
right.
double standard. So realistically, just give it time, bro. If she's not jacking you, then that's it.
Yeah. Give it
There's nothing
time.
you could do. I don't think you should be trying to win her back. You have to just let it sit for a while.
Maybe don't let it sit. Women don't like when you let things sit.
No, like you could reach out, of course, but I don't think you should be pressing her.
Yeah, but I think it's take a lot of very clear, open communication. Like you gotta
Man,
peel
I don't
some
know.
layers.
You gotta be
out.
extra hard. Like, listen here.
Yeah, you gotta peel some layers.
I swear to God. Like,
Does it have to
You
be
did
a
the play.
lot?
That's what I heard right there. sir.
overcompensate.
Does it have to be a lot though? Because I feel like if he just one solid time, he's like, yo, I'm telling you, this wasn't that. If you want me to explain more, I can, but you know me. You know I've never done that before. This was just a drunk joke type of thing. I'm not gay. If you say that once and she's not hearing it, then what's the...
If you said that to your girl
You got to just let it.
and she's like, do you expect her to believe it on the first time?
But how am I going to prove I'm straight?
Yeah, you're
You
right.
can't... I can't prove I'm straight.
What's wrong with you?
The amount of sound bites that we got off you today.
Hey, yeah. I can't prove I'm straight. I like.
It's the third person, of course.
Yeah, I don't think you can prove you're
he has
straight.
to prove he's not. I guess he can't prove he's not gay, but at least you have to prove you're not vindictive.
Yeah,
At
that's
least
a good
that.
one too.
At least that, and then you guys could hopefully get past it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, very fair, very interesting one. Okay, let's see. I think we have
That's
one
crazy.
more before we move on. Let me
Hold,
check.
hold on, real quick though. I just realized if all of the friends were like, "Oh, yo, you're so gay," what did they think before that, leading to that point? Because if that was like that one thing, they're like, "We see, he proved it." That means they probably thought he was already gay leading up to that, and that was just kind of like
Yeah.
the thing.
Oh, you
that
think
proved-
so? Because
That might
I
have
saw
been
you kiss
possible.
TC. I don't know if I'd be like, your gay.
Yeah, because what
You know
if
what I'm
now
saying?
her friends are in her ear, like, see, like we told you, like he might have been a little...
And so I'm saying, like, if his one
But if
friend
that's not
that
you,
he,
no, I'm kidding.
if the one friend that he kissed, here's the funny thing: the one friend that he kissed is like, it's cool, man. I'm okay with it.
They don't understand us. This is how we banter.
That might be another thing too, right? So
Challengers.
who knows? All those people might have thought you were already gay.
It's
bro.
unfortunate,
So-
man.
It is weird, but
You
yeah, you're
gotta-
right.
you gotta
It's a
walk
crazy
a-
double standard. But I feel like I also would probably not. I'm not probably. I would not kiss girls while in a relationship.
For real?
No, I don't like girls. I just kissed girls in the past just because okay, whatever. But I haven't kissed a girl in years, and I don't think I would just like kiss a girl.
So it's a romantic thing to
See,
you.
I couldn't say that.
What? Like you haven't kissed a guy in years.
I don't like guys. I haven't done it in years. I would never do that in a relationship.
Yeah.
You're right. It's a double standard for sure. It's a double standard for sure. Okay, next one is Dear Relentless Diaries. How far does girl code go? Oh God. So there's this guy I want to shoot my shot with. Just followed him on IG, but two of my friends have already talked to him. One gave me her blessing. They talked and went on a what was that?
I'm sorry. It was an internal reaction. I'll say that.
One gave me her blessing. They talked and went on a casual date, but just didn't work out. She's also engaged to a new man. The other one is weird. I don't know if we're friends. She blocked 3 of our mutual friend groups last year, and since then we haven't spoke. I have her on socials, but we haven't spoken since. But I feel insane because I saw her crash out over that kid. So
That's what you're concerned about.
by crash out, I mean ask me for advice and block him multiple times because he's nonchalant. So what should I do? Girl, talk to that man.
You guys aren't friends.
They're not friends.
Yeah.
You just-
Yeah, not
Talk
friends.
to
they,
that
they just
man.
follow each other. That's it.
Word.
I guess they used to be friends, but then I guess that girl's kind of weird and maybe like she's not part of the friend group anymore. Yeah, I'm talking to him.
Who cares, bro?
Listen, my thing is, I will never pursue, if you didn't see his dick, it's fair game.
Ooh.
If you didn't touch his dick, if you didn't fuck him,
That's
it's
your
fair
metric?
game.
Really?
100%. If
That's
my
your measuring
friend
stick?
went on a date with him 5 years ago, but like, oh, it was a bad date, we didn't do anything. If you say I'm good, I'm in there like swimwear.
But if they did see
If they fucked, I'm off.
100%.
Yeah, I'm off.
You never do the sloppy seconds.
No. If she fucked him, I'm off.
But were you together?
But that you know of. Because you're still taking sloppy seconds with people you don't know.
That's true.
But it's because someone
But if
you
it's
know.
my friend, I mean, if it's my genuine friend,
Then you
if she
know.
fucked him, I'm off. If it's a girl that I just know, I don't care if she fucked him.
Everything but sex.
Everything but sex. Butt sex. Everything. Right? Oh, it's not like everything bagels. Everything but
Yeah,
sex.
what if she gave him dome,
She's my actual friend. It's a girl that I know.
your friend?
Oh no, still not doing it.
I feel like for guys that low key can be worse.
Why?
If she just gave like top to the other guy and
No, if it's my actual friend and she did anything sexual with him, I don't want it.
Even a handy?
No, don't want it.
No?
No.
In 9th grade.
Yeah,
in
high
9th
school.
grade.
Yeah,
Now? And they haven't done anything since?
No.
Yeah, it's fine.
Hell yeah.
But
See,
they was freaking
But
in grade
were we
9.
friends in 9th grade?
Yes.
We were friends in 9th grade too?
Yes.
Child, like young teenage love.
See, I feel like the fact, this is why girl code don't make sense to me. Because
It makes sense.
the fact that she even had to check in with her homegirl that's engaged, if she can talk to a man that you used to talk to and went on a couple dates with, is insane.
No, that's right.
That's
No, I think that's fine.
insane.
I don't think it's weird.
It wasn't
I
even,
feel like she was asking just to ask, though.
but still, it wasn't even, I would maybe kind of understand it if it was her ex. She said they went on a couple dates
Maybe it's
and
not.
you're engaged.
Okay, I don't think it's maybe like ask, but it's like, oh, remember that guy that like you went on a date with 2 years ago? Like, oh, him, like he asked me out.
that's me now.
I might go, or like,
To me, that sounded like a heads up.
Yeah, I think a heads up is completely fine.
Yeah, that's not a should I? It's
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
just
more
letting
like,
you
oh,
know.
remember-
I'm gonna do it.
Jason from 3 years ago. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like him and I go on a date.
If it's a heads up, that I'm cool with that. But I don't think you should need to ask permission for someone who's in something else and you weren't even serious with that person.
But it also depends
That
on
makes
how
no
close are you and
sense.
this girl.
I don't think it matters.
I think it does. If this is like my best friend, not ask for permission, but
I don't think it
I'm bringing
matters.
it up.
Yeah, because what if they hang out a lot and then they start dating and then now they got to go on like double dates?
Yeah.
How awkward that could be.
Yeah, you
when-
know what I'm saying? Now
Yeah.
I'm out with
At
your
that
new
point.
husband and the guy that
Proximity
you went on a
is
date
everything.
with.
Yeah,
You know?
of course you bring it up. I'm just saying asking. Like there's no way that if that was my homie, there's no way that he could be like, nah, I'm not comfortable with that. You're engaged. What do you mean you're not comfortable with that?
Well, yeah.
So it's a
once again,
courtesy,
if-
really. You don't really.
Because they only
yeah.
dated. They didn't like fuck. They didn't do that. They just went
She
on
just
a
said
date.
they went on
Yeah,
a date and it
couple
didn't
days.
work out.
That's crazy to
Let's
me.
get to the bottom of your real beef with girl code. There was something that you want to get off your chest.
Because what was the first thing that I made the knee jerk reaction
yeah,
to?
she's-
What did
You
you say?
said, oh, but two of my friends were interested. One gave me her blessing, and you went, oh.
Yeah, that was it. It was the gave me her blood. Like, come on, bro, stop it. We're adults.
You don't need the blessing,
We're
but
adults.
having it is
No,
nice. but
sometimes
also-
you need the blessing.
We're adults.
For a girl, I think, so, like I said, if it's one of my really good friends, someone I consider my actual friend, and like I said, if I slept with this guy in the past, or I, was dating
But
this
as
guy,
I say,
whatever.
see, but you're adding. I'm talking about this specific context.
Okay, so him and
We're
I went
talking
on a
about
date?
this.
Yeah, if you know, like, yo, it was just a date, then I don't really care.
Yeah, I'm still gonna show you if you're my best friend. Of course, we talk. I'm gonna tell you, but blessings.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I think blessing is that one is a stretch. I don't think I would think I would need to give my friend a blessing a guy I went on a date with one time. Especially if it didn't go nowhere.
Imagine you're about to get out the phone. It's like, don't worry, bro. I'll give you permission. It's like,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you. And as far as the other girl too,
Yeah,
that
if-
doesn't even
if
That
matter.
you
seems
and
like the
her-
issue. She's scared of like that.
You're
Like
scared of her. That's the
fallout
issue.
from
That's
it.
it.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
how come you guys
she
think,
crashed
like-
out, so she's scared to get crashed out on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come you guys think women care about that so much, and then we just like men, we just laugh about it? It's like
I think
we're Eskimo brothers now. Like, we
It's
don't-
pride,
don't care.
pride and dibs.
Indigenous.
Oh my bad, elk
Elk
brothers.
brothers.
I think it's pride and dibs.
I don't think it's the dibs. I think it's just like obviously wait, you mean like dating or sex?
Same thing. No,
I think
I'm playing. Sex.
I think for sex, for some women, it's because like obviously sex is like this man has been inside of me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it feels a little bit more. At least to me.
Yeah, but
Like,
I've been inside of them.
yeah, that's why I wouldn't do it. Like if you've
No,
been
I'm
in,
saying why you think women think about it differently? Because men won't care. Like if
Yeah, because you guys are more like doing it, and we're getting it done too.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True. Okay.
Kind of in a way. Like, yes, it should be mutual. Like, obviously, sex is an exchange, but it just feels like, oh yeah, like I hit her last night. Oh yeah, I let him hit.
Ooh,
You know?
even the verbiage right
Yeah,
there.
the verbiage of
yeah.
that. I let him
So it's
hit.
like, oh, I let him hit. Oh, I let him hit too. I never like that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
True.
It could maybe in some friend groups, but mine it doesn't.
Yeah,
But isn't there some part of the bro code where it's just like you gotta check in and be like, yo, bro, like it's only with ex-girlfriends?
I feel like it was girls that you've actually liked.
Yeah. Feelings and
Cause like with most of my homies that have like fucked a chick or dated a chick, like I'm on some I'm not going there. And a lot of my homies are like, whatever, go ahead, I don't give a fuck. But for me, I'm just like, I just don't there's billions
Thank you.
of women in this world. Why do I need to,
Yeah.
I don't need that proximity. Like,
But there's not millions of women in the room with you at the time that it happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shit could just happen.
And also, I feel like it goes back to I think it goes back to selfishness. Like, if my ex is the love of Mucho's life, I'm gonna now be mad at him and stop him from being with the love of his life just because I met her first.
Yeah.
Real nigga.
That's not
Real
fair.
nigga.
That's not fair.
I don't care.
We don't.
It's just who got there first.
I promise you, there's no way one of my good friends could ever date a guy that I've slept with or had feelings for. It's not happening.
Yeah.
But is that because of you or because of them?
Both.
yeah.
I think
We
that
talked about
matters.
this before.
Yeah,
We
I
talked
think
about
that does
plenty of
matter.
times, and my stance is never changing.
You gotta have a certain level of comfortability in self.
Yeah.
Like and just with knowing that like whatever that was their past, it doesn't affect them now. Like I remember this ex I was dating when we started dating, and she told me who her ex was. I'm like, holy shit, that's who you were dating. A part of me in that moment was like, you gotta either go here and get insecure, or you can be like, oh shit, I got you now, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
I
a
got
fucking
you
man.
now,
You went
bitch.
from that to me, yes, of course.
Yeah.
I'm the guy.
Right.
So I went that way. Right,
Yeah,
I was gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, "Oh my god, you were just dating a Hollywood star? Like that guy was in so many movies." And I was like,
Oh, she dated a celebrity?
yeah."
Oh, wow.
Fucking, what's his name? Laz Alonso. That
Oh,
dude.
shit.
yeah.
Sorry, wait. Who?
Laz Alonso.
Wait, is that the
Is he the one from Power?
No.
Mother's Milk?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can someone pull that out? I'm thinking
Laz
of
Alonso. He's
I'm
been in a
thinking
lot of
Lorenz
Tyler
Tate.
He was
Perry.
in Fast and the
Wasn't
Furious.
he in
Jump in the Broom.
This Christmas? Wasn't he in that?
He's been mad, Tyler. He's like a famous black actor.
Yeah, he used
What
to be.
is on your screen?
It's for.
Go back. No, go back. Show the camera what Zoe just opened her Safari to.
From the link of what we're gonna do later.
Zoe opened her Safari and there was a vibrator on the screen.
Zoe's a gooner.
A purple vibrator.
It's an ad in the article.
Just turn and
No, I'm
show
not.
them
We're gonna
what.
get in trouble from YouTube.
No, show them then. Show them what.
Oh my
what
god!
I
It's
saw when
literally
she
just
opened
this.
it.
He sent it to me.
Without the context, it's hilarious.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes, it's contact, please. What do you say? Sorry. Who can't pull this man? What's his name again?
Laz Alonso.
Oh, I don't think he. Ooh.
I saw him downtown. Randomly.
Yeah. So like, so when we were dating, like, I was just so comfortable and cool with myself. Like, I'm good. So like, to fuck around with her, I'm a fucking funny dude. I'm a comedian. I fuck around a lot. Like, she'll be doing dishes, and I'll just come back. So we were talking one day about it, and I was like, "Oh, so what? What's it like dating a Hollywood actor? You know, like, do you fuck you right? Or I was on some shit. Like, do you do you it? Or it was one of those like just big on the screen, and behind the screen is just a little pansy, right? She's like, no, she used to get me like in headlocks and shit. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Whatever.
Does it put me in headlocks and shit?
Yeah. So I remember she was doing dishes one day.
You're very
and
progressive.
I came back from behind. I got in the headlock. I'm like, shh, it's me, Lance. Right? She's like, get the fuck off me. I'm like, ha ha. And to me, like, having sex and laughing at the same time is like double positive. It's you know what I mean? It feels even
that.
better. Like when you're laughing and
Laughing during sex?
laughing and sex is great together. Like obviously not. You don't want it to be.
I hear.
Even
I
in
know what you
awkward
mean.
moments
I hear
when
it.
it's just like
You hear like a queef and you
in
just
a
start
queef you're just like,
laughing.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be
Like
too
instead of like
serious.
that let's ignore this and it's not awkward. Like we can laugh about it and just keep it going. And like
Yeah.
I've had a woman laugh and come out at the same time. Like after laughing, like just the freeing feeling of just like, oh, I can laugh. Anything can happen
I
right
have to
now.
do an air
Everything's so
horn
good.
for this.
Whatever. But all that to say, like one time we're
That's
fucking.
a screenshot.
And then, well, but it's also she's about to come. Like, you know.
That's a screenshot. Laughing at coming, bam. That's fire.
Oh dear God.
Lock button and home screen.
But like, yeah, even when we were fucking one time, I was just like, you know, just fucking, and I was like, it's me, Laz, again. Oh, we're fucking. And she's like, fuck. I'm sorry.
No.
It fully ruined the mood, but it was just like, because I was just lying there laughing my ass off. Like, that was so
It's me,
funny
Lance.
to me.
It's crazy.
You really are a
But-
comedian at heart.
But the question that I did have though is
I love
like,
that.
is there a statute of limitations on that rule for you, or is it forever? Like, when was your earliest boyfriend? High school?
Yeah.
Like,
And,
well,
like,
around
even
what,
then,
grade
it's like-
10-ish?
Yeah, like a little 10, 11. Yeah, 10, 11.
Yeah, 10, 11. So if your best friend now wanted to date him, do you still feel away?
He was a waste you. Go for it.
No, but I'm just in general. Would you still feel away?
No.
Over 10 years later.
No.
What about if when you dated him, he was a waistsuit and treated you
And
dirty?
now he's up.
And
Now
he's
he's sick.
up and he's treating her like a queen.
He's
Now he
sick.
respects women.
Whatever. Now he respects him. It's crazy.
So she's like, he's a dick. She's like,
I still
I don't know.
still wouldn't
maybe
care,
it
I don't
was,
think.
maybe it wasn't him.
But do you just not
That's crazy. Maybe it was you, girl.
do you just not care because you don't rate him, or you don't care because of the time? Because let's say it's whoever your first love was, and it's been 10 years. Would you?
Nah,
feel
first
away?
love is different. He definitely was not my first love. First love is different though, I think. For sure.
So there's no statute of limitations.
No,
on the
I
first
feel like if it
love.
was your first love, like maybe like, oh, the one that got away or like that. No, I feel like you still can't.
Even if it's been
it's
20
techie.
years.
It's still techie.
In 20 years,
It's techie.
I don't know, man.
Silhouette.
I don't know. I just think, yeah. But when it comes to girls that like, oh, I know her and I, like she was in a friend group with me and we used to be friends. Like that, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'll say you are pretty reasonable.
That's just dating in Toronto. What?
No, you're pretty reasonable when it comes to that.
I think so.
Mhm.
Like, why would I care that girl that I follow dated him? What? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll unfollow you. Now we don't know each other.
Your line is basically if you're close and you've dated.
Yes. Or had sex.
Fair. Eh,
If we're close friends and you dated her, had sex,
yeah,
I'm not touching it.
That's fair.
And that's very
I'm
valid.
mad at that.
What about what's all your lines?
We've been through this before.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, I guess,
Yeah.
Clyde.
It's,
Yeah,
it's,
I feel like so.
it's your problem now.
Yeah.
You know, with men, I find.
Trezor,
Sex is not my line.
nah.
It would probably be
Sex is not your line. It's
relationships.
crazy.
Although the older I get, I feel like
If
the less I
TC
care.
slapped up your shorty.
No, I said it's not my line. Like, I'm not gonna be mad at you if you cuff a girl that I smashed in the past. Girls will do
Oh,
Yeah.
but I'm saying, but you wouldn't wife a girl that your best friend had sex with.
that. I wouldn't personally. no.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I
Yeah.
guess that's your line.
I wouldn't, but like I understand
But if
people that
but
do.
if he wifed her like you slapped 2 years ago,
I don't
so far.
care. I would never care.
That's hilarious.
I would never care. Because what does that have to do with me? That's what I'm saying. That's selfish.
You know what? Here's one thing that I'll reveal. A lot of the times, men will probably get pissed because they don't want the girls to kiss and tell about them to their homies.
It's like I think it's like an
You know what I'm
unconscious
saying?
comparison type of thing.
What?
Basically.
So let's say
It's an unconscious comparison.
like you fucked this chick and you had a bad experience, and she knows some shit on you, and now your boy's fucking, and you're just like, oh no, she might tell him. You know what I'm saying? I know there's men out there that get that like deep down. That's where their insecurity and anger
Yeah.
comes from. It's not
Nigga
really like
couldn't
the
get hard.
situation. It's really like, yo, she better not say nothing about what happened. You know what I mean?
Do you guys get
I think
that
it
though?
becomes an ego thing. I think.
Like, would you get like if you knew you had a really bad experience with a girl, like you either came really quick or like your dick didn't stay hard or whatever, and you knew it was you. Like, do you feel though like
When I was
like,
younger,
she might
yeah.
go-
About other people finding out?
yeah,
and
like
then,
yo,
like
she
that?
might go run about to tell these guys that like I'm a 2-stroke pump.
No, you're concerned. You're concerned about your own performance. Like I think
Yeah.
that's like, but other people, like that's what you're concerned about, like their opinions.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
she
know.
will go tell people like, yo, like Clyde is weak. Or like tell other girls,
Well,
yo, his dick is little, he's weak.
I'd be afraid that she would tell other prospective clients that.
Clients.
Yeah.
Not
Last week there was some shit. Now they're clients.
Yeah. But also,
not the dudes. I don't care.
You don't care if she rents about the
He
other
provides
guys.
the service, friends.
but also, I think, of course, nobody wants bad reviews, but I think once you've been in the game long enough, you know, sometimes you're gonna have some bad games, and you kind of have to just accept that. Like, that comes with the territory, and you have to be front facing with it. Let's say she did tell another girl, and the girl ended up telling me, "Yo, I heard that when you were with this person, like you couldn't get it
got a
up."
12
You kind of
game.
just got to be like, "Yeah, it was a bad game for me. Still, that's not regular, but it was a bad game." And then that's it. You just gotta. That's it. Yeah, you gotta hug it.
10
And
points.
then,
Yeah,
you,
it actually
then you hit the new girl and it's another bad game. It's like, yo, she was right.
No, you can't have two. You can't have a bad game.
Pressure's
after
on,
that.
pressure's
the
on.
pressure is definitely on. Take a honey pack or something.
Now, where you
but-
see-
Yo, no, I was gonna say like, so this girl I used to date told my cousin that I nutted too quick, and then when my cousin told me, I was like, it was the best pussy I ever had in my life, of course. Like, and I was on like a 2-month like a sabbatical from sex, like
Classic.
what do you call it? Celibacy.
Yeah.
I was on a
Abstinence.
abstinence. I was
Yeah.
on a 2-month abstinence. I told it wasn't 2 months, it was 40 days. I told myself 40 days, 40 nights. All right. 40
That's
days,
not
40
that
nights.
long.
Like that movie with Josh Hartnett, whatever. Anyways, I made that. I made the promise to myself, and I just started dating this really beautiful chick, and like I'd wake up in the middle of the night, she'd be trying to whip it out. I'm like, yo, stop, come on, man. I got like a week left, please. Just this is for me. And and then one night I just remember waking up and she's just sitting on me, right? And freaking, and this was also during like the time when I was trying to like, the reason I did it was I made a vow to God at the time.
Well, that's real.
And this was happening in the middle of the night. I woke up in the middle of the night, and like this is when Flow 935 would play like gospel in the wee hours of the morning. And Yolanda Adams is playing. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm like, no, get up. It just happened. And I was just like, I had, what do you expect? So it was like, I was so angry because I'm like, oh, I broke this vow. I nutted too soon. Like this was not supposed to happen.
I have so many questions. Okay, how did this vow start? Like, why did you vow to God? Just because, like, you wanted a break? Like, were you going through, like...
I was in high school. I was like 17 years old. I was 17 years old.
You're
I remember,
active.
Yeah, I was
Right?
1 foot in the church, 1 foot in the streets. I was like that, right?
Oh, wow.
And like, I just remember I really, I just started dating this girl. So I had made the pact already, right? So I'm just like, I have a week left. We started dating 2 weeks ago. I just have 1 week left and that's it. But she was just so impatient. And
In grade 12.
this is in grade 12. And the crazy thing is, with this girl, we spoke on the phone for 3 months. And we never even seen each other.
That's very high
So
school.
high school.
Okay, this is also times when pagers were a thing, and like there's no cell phones, and I'm dating myself. But when we started dating, and I've never even seen her.
Yeah.
She's like,
Very
I'm
high
like, she's like,
school.
I've never even met you, but I feel like I could be with you forever. I just want you to be my boyfriend. I'm like, all right, cool. I hope I'm attracted to you. And when I saw her, I'm like, yes, she's fucking fine. And that's how I was like, man, in 3 weeks it's going down, but just wait. But she wasn't having that.
But I feel like you're
so I got
also
raped.
17.
Yeah.
That also plays a factor, I think, that you also
you're
being
young.
young.
Wait, was
Yes.
this Lent? Is that what you said?
No. This was literally, I was in church one day and
40 days came off the top of your dome.
well, here's the thing. In high school, people used to call me the virgin surgeon because
You were taking V's.
I was taking V's.
I was
Right?
never a
I
fan.
exchanged V cars with the.
No, not those because, but I was like this
That
was
is
the-
a crazy bar, by
this.
the way. Sorry. I'll never get over that bar.
I still can't get over virgin surgeon. That's,
And stand behind the Christian like DR. You could do that.
Oh my God. Okay.
That part, yeah. But go ahead.
In high school, I was in my like R&B singing group era, so like I met a lot of girls through singing on their pager greetings. So they'd be like, I'd be like, press star to skip this greeting, and then sing on whatever song they'd ask me to sing. And that was
Sorry,
like
seeing their what?
a pager greeting.
That's hard.
So it's just think about your voice greeting for your voicemail.
Over your voicemail.
So I'll be like, press start a greeting, leave a message, or leave the number. She'll get back to you, and then sing whatever song they requested me to sing. And all these women all these girls would hit me up and just message me on my. People would hand out my pager number, and I just get all these requests.
Pager is crazy.
Yeah, and this is when like Black Planet, Mi Gente, Asian
Were
Avenue.
you on Black Planet?
I was on all of them.
Real nigga.
All of them. I didn't discriminate. I'm from Scarborough, man. But yeah, man, that was that era of my life. I was smashing a lot in high school. So when I hit 18, I was like, I'm ready to settle down. Right. Then I became like a serial monogamist. I was in 2 relationships for 21 years after that.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
To this day, wow.
Yeah. I did a 9-year bid. I got out, and then I went back in for
9-year
another.
bid and got out.
I went back in for another 12, and I just got out.
They let me know the first time
you
with good
just got
behavior.
out?
I'm out for I've been out for a year now.
Wow.
Did your terms.
Well,
I did my terms, bro. But
Do you have
no,
kids?
I did a 4-year. Came out, went back in on the same shit. I'm like, why did I go back? So that's why a part of me was like, bro, if you broke up and you're trying to get her back, maybe don't. You know what I mean? Because every time I went back, it lasted another long period of time for no reason. He's like, I knew this, but I'm just loyal to a fault.
Yeah.
And
Do you think that's why like some niggas just have to smash things though? Because it's like, because I feel like part of the reason you might have went back is because you were a serial monogamist.
I'm an extremist.
Okay.
And it's funny because my name is Norm, which generally means the middle, like regular, medium.
The norm. Yeah.
Right? But I'm so
One
polarizing.
or the other. So
I'm
I
either
guess
super extreme
100
or
girls in a
super-
year or 1 for 10.
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Wow.
I understand that. I hear you.
Yeah. Would you consider
No,
yourself
just the
a serial-
opposite ends of like just being extreme. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're either a whore or you're
No,
a
I was
loyal.
just not that. I wasn't saying in the context of being monogamous. I'm just saying I understand having polar opposite feelings on like having that spectrum on things.
I mean, if you're going to do something, you might as well do it to the best of your ability.
You have kids?
Not that I know of. No, we always
That's a
joke
real ass answer. Oh.
we always joke around in the other pod about like how I may have a child out there.
May?
And like once in a while we'll like go and see like does he look like me? No.
No.
Probably like he's like 28 years old right now. Because I lost my V card when I was 13 and she was 12.
That is so fucked.
That feels like
That's ew.
that feels like some 90s shit though.
That
I feel
is
like
so
that's what they were doing back
scary.
then.
It was after I left an all ages party at this club called Power Bar on Adelaide. It was a party called an all ages party called Menage a Trois Mondays.
Wow.
That is so
So
problematic.
All ages party
Yeah,
called
and-
Menage a Trois Mondays.
and if you
That's
ever watch the
crazy.
movie Kids,
Oh
that's
my
actually
God.
that's where
Bro, what kind of life have you lived? Oh my god.
Didn't they have like AIDS in that movie?
that's where Virgin Surgeon came from. It came from that movie.
Oh, you were.
Yeah.
What was the kid's name?
Telly.
Telly. You.
Oh,
crazy.
okay.
The all
So, yeah.
ages days were insane.
Yeah.
Wait, well, real quick. Like,
Norm, you're taking- that's-
most people know what Kids the movie is, right?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
If you
right,
watch
right.
the movie Kids,
That's why even me, like when you said that 12 and 13, I was like, that sounds like the 90s to me because I watched Kids when I was a teenager. I'm like, what? Is this how people used to move?
I mean, that's also New York City too. So like that's like to the extreme.
yeah.
But like we were watching that shit and trying to be like that. Or like seeing that shit like, oh, that's culture. You know?
And then you said
Word.
part of that movie's based on the club you're at? Just
No.
No,
Part-
he's just saying
I'm
that's
just
like the
saying
life they were living.
life
Like,
they
that,
were
that,
living.
was,
All right, my
that
bad.
was just
Okay.
the reference when people call me the Virgin Surgeon, and it was just like a very ridiculous lifestyle, kind of like the
was-
movie Kids,
got
where
you,
kids
got
were
you,
just
got
running around.
So was
up to
Kids
no
like
good.
the 90s version of Euphoria?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
But like,
100%.
But they were
like
younger.
even younger, yeah.
Kids, they were literally like, I think
So
they're like
it
12,
was a mix
13.
of Stranger Things and Euphoria.
Not like Kids was like extreme. Like,
But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure didn't they get AIDS in the movie? Or
Yeah,
HIV?
the dude, the kid-
Casper.
Casper and Telly. Their whole thing is like they are trying to fuck shorties. Like that's their whole quest, the whole
And
movie.
they're like,
So
Oh.
Telly fucks Jenny.
and she has
She
it.
gets AIDS because she gets it from her boy from Telly, and then Telly's boy Casper fucks Jenny when she's asleep, all drugged up, trying to find Telly to tell him she got AIDS from him, and then Casper gets AIDS from her while he's fucking him to sleep. It's a fucked up movie.
Oh, Jesus.
Rosario Dawson's in it, I'm pretty sure. Too.
Yeah.
that was a breakout movie. That was her
Yeah.
first movie.
That movie's. I wrote papers on that shit.
Chloe Sevigny or something.
Savini, yeah.
She's in it. That was her breakout film.
Jesus Lord.
There's a bunch of people in that movie.
Man.
That was a classic.
Okay, so you were in a relationship. So high school, you were having the best time, virgin surgeon, and then you got into a relationship right after high school for 9 years,
9 years.
and then you broke up. That one was on and off.
We were, on and off, but like really together 4 years, broke up, then went back for 5. Then,
And then you were single for how long before your 12-year bid?
I'd say 4 years.
Not smashing nothing.
Smashing everything.
Oh, hell yeah.
I picked up where I left off. I was like, I'm back.
Real.
Because I'm like, oh, and I'm funny now?
Yeah.
I'm like, I went from singing to funny. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. Singing don't work like it used to.
Right.
Funny though? Oh. And then
You were checking important boxes.
I was-
and
I
coming
was-
back
I was-
to the game with those boxes
And that's
checked
like-
and like.
Infinity Stones.
dude, my thing was I know who I am. I know how I am. I know I'm gonna find somebody that I love. I'm gonna fall in love. I'm a helpless romantic. And when she comes, I want to make sure I got it all out of my system. Because in that 9-year relationship, I was like, there's dark thoughts. But I was like, but I'm loyal. I'm loyal. Never cheated. I've never been a cheater. Never cheated in my life. I will break up with you. Do it. Come back. Let you know I did it. There's no.
Real.
I'm, when keeping it real goes wrong, I don't care. I'm that guy. I did my part, but yeah, when I'm single, this is actually my era where I'm single. I'm like, leave me alone. I want solitude. I want peace. I want comfort. I want solace.
Growth.
Yeah.
This is
No
the me
demons.
era. Yeah.
In the back of your head.
Damn.
Yeah. No demons,
That's wild.
but sometimes demon time comes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's fair.
Because I thought when you said you were in it for 4 and then came back for 5, I thought you just came back because you were on some serial monogamy shit, and then you still needed to fuck something, and then you just went back to her type shit. That's what it sounded like, damn near.
No, it was just loyalty. I was like, you know what? I owe it to us. I owe it to the length of how long we've done this.
That's
Let's
the biggest
try
scam.
it.
History is the biggest scam.
Yeah. I equate it to poverty and an unfortunate span of history. Like anybody that's went through some atrocities for a long period of time, naturally God or the universe will gift them with some natural something
Abilities.
to compensate for all the fucked up shit that happens.
So is that why white people have no rhythm?
Because guilty feet ain't got no rhythm.
Guilty feet.
Do you remember on TikTok
Is
where
that from a song?
Guilty feet ain't got no rhythm. No one never gonna dance.
Damn, is that what they
mean?
It's a white people diss track.
That's
Yeah,
hard.
that's about
Wow.
him freaking cheating.
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was about white people in slavery and
guess it's
guilty
been a
feet.
while.
No.
I wanted to. Now that's what it is to me.
But the whole idea is
got it.
guilty.
Okay.
It's crazy how we
done?
never know what like songs really mean. Like,
Literally.
you don't pay attention. Like, did you know that the Pumped Up Kids song is about a school shooter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Which song is that?
All the other kids with the
Oh,
pumped
yeah,
up
yeah.
kids
Yeah.
better run, faster than my gun. Damn, that's crazy.
Insane.
Doing this while
better
you say
run.
that though.
Stop. Anyways, let's get into hot topics. All right. So our topic list.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Number 1, Derrick Henry.
All
Even
right.
though the Baltimore Ravens lost.
My predictions aren't looking good for this year.
Andrews, you better not come to Baltimore, stupid. They don't like you right now, dummy. Anyways, I saw someone, I don't know if this was a TikTok or something, but this is kind of along the lines of our basketball against Steph Curry. Do you guys think in an Oklahoma drill, for those of you who don't know what Oklahoma is, it's like one-on-one where it's like one person's rushing towards you, the other person's trying to tackle them. For $1 million, if you have 100 chances against Derrick Henry in the Oklahoma drill, do you think you could take him down one time?
Do you guys know who Derrick Henry is, by the way? Okay.
2,000 yards.
Derrick Henry is one of the best
Running towards him?
running backs. It's one-on-one. Derrick Henry is charging at you
With the ball.
with the ball.
Yeah.
You have to get him to the ground. You have 100 chances.
Legal. takedown?
Yes.
Legal.
Yes, legal takedown. You
'Cause
have
I would
100
grab
chances.
the mask and just drop all my weight from the mask.
No, legal
to the ground.
takedown.
Okay.
Do you
All
think
right.
you could do it once?
You can't go to the
And
knees,
he is
right?
6'3", 250 pounds, by the way.
I think he weighs more than that.
247 is what he's listed at.
I think it's more.
Pure muscle.
I think
Yeah,
he's
that's-
almost. I
that's
think he's
like
close.
no
I think he's
fat.
like high twos. I think they're being generous with that.
He looks like it. Yeah.
He's one of the best running backs. Like
What did you? How many times? 100?
100 times.
I think 200 times. I'm not getting it once. I don't think I.
It only gets harder
Yeah.
the more you
I
go.
don't, I don't
So
think
like,
there's a
200
day where
times,
that. No.
it doesn't matter.
Unless you just like respawn. You know what I mean? Like then maybe, but like in actuality, no.
100 times over 100 days, once a day.
Yeah,
Sure.
Let me go
Sorry,
back home
say
and
it
get the
100
drawing
times
board.
over 100 days, once a day. You get to try once a day for 100 days. You think you could take him down one
That
time?
gives me a better chance. I still don't think I'm doing it though. Like that.
None of you guys are doing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Taking
I keep-
down Derrick. Maybe if I was the one with the ball, maybe I'd get past him.
No,
Like,
you would not.
Maybe
You
once.
guys are so
No.
mad. No, I'm so
Listen,
sorry.
there's
You
only-
men are
there's
so
only one way.
delusional
You
when
know
it
how
comes to
like
sports.
I'm
the
saying
simple-
that's the closest chance as that.
you know when people are walking, you hit the back of their foot
Yeah.
on one of those
The
little
only-
trips.
yeah.
I don't even think you would
If
feel
you
it.
if
The
you
only
can
word.
just throw your whole body at that one back ankle,
I still think
The only
he's getting,
word.
From the
he's getting
side.
6.
I don't
he'll
think.
just jump over it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I could do it, but I think if you were to do it, the only fighting chance you ever could have is if somehow you trip up his legs. You couldn't like.
Yeah, you can't
couldn't
take him down.
upper body it at all. You have 0% chance.
You have to make him trip over himself.
Yeah.
'Cause
But
it's not gonna
Even
be on-
Derrick Henry
Full
running
pads, right?
full force towards you in an Oklahoma drill, and you try to go for his legs, he's just gonna knee you in the face. Like literally, that's it. Like he is a powerhouse running back. Like he's insane.
Yeah.
I'm too soft for this question. It doesn't.
Because I believe.
Football is just not me.
I can't remember if it
No.
was Derrick Henry, but whoever this question was posed to, like they answered it and they were like, you guys literally have absolutely no chance.
Like none.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a question.
Give me 1,000 shit. Like I don't
You guys
know
would
what
end
world
up in
yeah.
the hospital.
Yeah.
I agree.
What do you guys think is a stronger hit? A hockey body check or a football body check?
Football.
I think football.
I don't think hockey.
Yo,
You think
hockey,
hockey's
you're
a
probably
harder
co-
hit than football?
Think about the
Hockey into the
speed
boards.
that you
Yes.
were going
Yes.
on
Skating.
ice.
Maybe into
You're
the boards.
Into the boards?
And
And
there's some big
especially
guys.
two people going that fast on ice
But
towards each other?
I think the worst though is like in football.
yeah, no,
when you're
football.
when you're a wide receiver and then the quarterback throws you like a fucked
slant.
up pass.
Yeah.
Like what do they call it? Like a hospital pass. When the because you're running full speed and you're catching, so you're not even taking in that somebody's coming at you.
Yeah, oh yeah,
And
those ones.
then they
The
hit you.
unexpected
After a
hit.
long route.
That or
I
a
think that's
punt
the
where you
worst.
don't fair
yeah,
catch
something like
and
that.
you just
Get
don't
trucked.
You'll
And
do to yourself.
Those are the
Yeah,
worst.
yeah.
And also,
You
Because hockey's
shit
even a
yourself.
smaller.
yeah.
That's
Like
true.
there's less.
Also,
true.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna
chance.
say football because hockey, the hits aren't usually targeted close to your head as much as football is. Like when you
Right.
get hit in hockey, when you get body checked, it's usually to your body.
Like your torso.
in
yeah.
football, you're more likely to get hit closer to your head, or even like when you're ducking down, you're like
They
the
would
head's-
lead with their head too.
Yeah.
Like,
so
oh,
I
that's,
think, ugh.
But
That's
even the
terrifying.
landing, like after you get hit in the air and then you're still trying to find your way back down, and that when I see legs or arms just hit the ground, I just get queasy just at the idea of something snapping.
Did you ever play sports?
I wasn't the sports guy.
He sang
said-
and told
he
jokes.
said-
I said, well,
told you.
here's the thing. I was in my later years. I realized I was athletic. Everyone's like, "Yo, you're athletic," but I just didn't want to play sports.
Yeah.
I was like, "No, I'm a lover man. Like, yo, don't you guys play your sports? I'm gonna be over here chilling in the bleachers,
to girls.
With the
singing to the
girls.
girls, watching the sports. You
Yeah.
know, and yeah, but I found out later that like I'm good at fighting and Muay Thai and other shit like that.
Oh.
Oh, you're into Muay Thai.
yeah.
That's another thing that Asians got down. Fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
They can fight.
But did you? But apparently, you know, I've been reading up that like Bruce Lee wasn't as good as everyone thought he was, and
they were
actually,
gassing him.
yeah, and Chuck Norris actually was like, you know what, if I really wanted to beat him, like, but it's Bruce. He's the god of martial arts. Who's this white colonizer going to come in and say I'm better? And like,
Well,
obviously,
I
white
think
man's
that
gonna
came
say
up when Quentin Tarantino did that movie about him. Was it Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
that. Okay.
Something like that.
That's about Bruce Lee.
It's not about him, but Bruce Lee's in it, and he gets his ass whooped.
Word.
Well, not
By
Bruce
who?
Lee, but somebody who's portraying Bruce Lee.
Oh.
Gets his ass whooped. And they're saying like, yeah, it's possible. He was great in movies and stuff, and he'd hit like these movements in the perfect way and stuff like that. But like practically for an actual real life one-on-one fight, his style of martial art wasn't 100% effective.
It can't withstand no MMA fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're done.
I don't like the MMA stuff. It makes me nauseous. I can't stand it. Why would you want to watch people just beat the shit out of each other?
So you don't watch UFC?
No, I can't stand UFC. I think it's the most disgusting thing.
You like boxing though?
I don't really like boxing either.
Weird. Okay, no, I get that. Violence is
And like
violence.
UFC is actually disgusting. Like, it's actually gross.
Especially when they get the elbows to the head and shit.
And they kick each other in the neck and,
even
and their
know if that's
faces are
legal.
bleeding and they go, oh, I think it's the most disgusting thing ever.
And
People
then
are like, yeah.
whenever the night's getting longer and the octagon's getting bloodier.
Yeah.
And like they don't wipe up the
like,
blood.
it's so gross.
They just
I
leave
think
the
they
blood.
don't wipe up on purpose, right?
No, they can't. They're just like.
It's so dumb.
So
It's
does
very gross.
WWE used to do that too.
It's very gross.
so do fighters have to get like tested?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
For HIV and stuff?
Anything.
Vigorous testing, yeah.
Because like your blood and like
Your bodily fluids are over another person. Yeah.
They checked it. They had them do a pre-test before it.
Ugh, yuck.
What was your weight class when you did that
I
shit?
was middleweight back then.
Middleweight?
So before I bulked up, right before I went to college.
Yeah.
What would you be right now?
I would be heavyweight for sure.
That's fucked. So heavyweight, that's just unlimited, right?
So heavyweight, it depends on like your age and your height and stuff like that. But for my size, yeah, it would be like I would be heavyweight, yeah.
It's unlimited. So it's you versus fucking Brock Lesnar. Like,
No. That would be height class again. But again, it depends on the organization and who you're with. But yes.
I thought after a certain weight, it was just.
All right. Well,
What's
moving
next?
on.
Yeah.
How do we feel about the 12-hour TikTok ban that took place? 14.
Yo, but can you guys just say I was right though?
Were you right? Because it did technically get banned. You said that it wasn't
Yeah.
going to get banned.
it did get banned.
It did get banned.
But,
It didn't
like,
stay banned.
Yeah, we knew that shit was not gonna hold.
Yeah,
it
I didn't think it would go away forever.
And isn't it only a temporary, like,
90
Technically.
they said 90 days,
Yeah.
we're going to give it back. And then after the 90 days, we're going to see if we keep it again.
That's what they said?
Yeah, it's not just
So
back
it's not
forever.
Oh, that was back forever.
No.
So now I feel like this 3 months is to like help stimulate whatever economy that it can for America, because they're going to be like, just use it while we can.
He's
And
gonna try and get busy in the 3 months like leading up to that.
Well, like, I heard
They've already got
Elon's-
ice coming out today.
Jeez.
Is that true? Did they actually start?
I don't.
They
They
he
said that they were going to start it the day after the inauguration. I haven't
crazy.
seen
Yeah.
anything since then, but he said that we're doing mass deportations starting the day after.
That's nuts.
I know that there's an app or something for undocumented people at the border that just stopped working as soon as he.
I heard
got
about that,
into
yeah.
office.
What? Wait, what do you mean there's a, what app?
There's an app to like wait times and shit like that undocumented people had at the Mexican border.
Oh,
As soon as he got into office, it stopped working.
Wow.
Oh, dear God. Well, I mean, I don't know.
And we're going to get hit with 25% tariffs
You think that's actually going to happen?
on February 1st.
I don't believe that all the way.
No, there's checks and balances for that. I don't think it's gonna happen.
There's no way on like February 1st, all of a sudden it's going to be 25% tariffs on Canadian
I don't think
goods.
so, but
I don't know 100% for that one, but I don't think it'll go through.
Yeah.
The Gulf of Mexico. Now he wants the Gulf of America.
Gulf of America.
crazy.
Now
Like, you
only
already
men and women are the only two genders that are going to exist in the United States by birthright.
No trans
Elon's
stuff.
apparently going to try and bring back Vine.
He's going to bring back Vine.
He suggests he
suggested.
alluded to it.
But what is that? What is that going to do?
I guess
To
fight
come,
TikTok.
you know, just to fill in the gap and the yearning for TikTok.
The most uncomfortable, like I don't take Trump that serious. Like I think it's funny, the Canadian governor and everything like that. But that shit that Elon did during the
Salute? Oh, sorry.
Bruh,
yeah.
that I thought was the
The-
wildest thing that I had seen.
What time was that?
The third mic salute.
It's 73.
It was the half dab.
Half dab is crazy.
It's funny because if he hit him like this, it would have been fine. If he just went like that and just went like this, I
Put
think
it back.
would've
You
been
should have
yes.
pulled it back.
I feel bad for the autistic community because the only
I agree.
Listen,
for
because
sure.
the only bail that they're shooting him, the only way that they're letting him get it, it wasn't a salute. He wasn't doing that. Is them saying, he's autistic. Well, he doesn't know what he's nervous up there. He just kind of did that and was like, like
When in
it's like,
doubt, blame the tism.
No, literally. That's
what
they're
people are doing, and that's like that's not good for
That's
the other
crazy.
people in that community.
Yeah, no, that's not fair. Yeah, they're trying to say that, oh, he's autistic. He didn't know what he was doing, and he meant to do an actual salute. Oh, he has autism. And it's like, bro, what? First of all,
that
does
man
Elon Musk
figured
actually
out-
have
That
autism?
is illegal to do in a lot of countries. What he did,
yeah.
like, that is some serious.
Elon Musk never got diagnosed, but he was suspected to have Asperger's growing up, and now it's called autism. But I read his book.
Well,
and, yeah.
isn't Asperger's just an like extension or like it's not? I don't think Asperger's and autism are the same. I think there's Asperger's and there's autism.
People don't say Asperger's anymore. You're just on the autistic spectrum.
Yeah.
It's like they don't say a manic depressant. Now you're just bipolar.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Manic depression used to be bipolar in the 90s.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My father was a manic depressant,
Kanye's manic,
but now he's a bipolar apparently.
Interesting. I didn't know that was the new term. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. When it comes to this, I didn't watch the inauguration, but all of the tech giants were in attendance. So
nothing.
CEO of Google, CEO of Apple, CEO of Meta,
Oligarchy.
CEO, all of them, of TikTok.
Technocracy.
I don't know. That's scary.
The CEO of TikTok, is he, what did he look like? The CEO of
The Asian
TikTok?
What do you think you look like?
China.
The Chinese one, right?
He's not Chinese. He's Singaporean.
Oh, my fault.
Oh, I got it.
He's
Good
Singaporean.
reference.
Singaporean Chinese.
What?
Singaporean Chinese.
No, he's Singaporean. He made that very clear during the
True. My fault.
whatever it is, the
My fault,
Congress
OG.
thing. Yeah.
My fault.
But
Shout
he
out
was
to
there.
Singapore.
So the fact that all of these tech giants or all these billionaire CEOs, richest men in the world who own all of media, internet, all the above, are CEOs of all these platforms, like that is kind of scary
Yeah.
for them to be behind Trump.
Because even when it got reinstated, right? Wasn't like the
Thanks to President Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best PR. This nigga knows marketing, man.
So do we think this was all a ploy? Like, because initially Trump was the one who initiated the TikTok ban, right? And then it started to go through. Then they pulled it, and then Trump brought it back. Do you think this is a way for him to like prove his pull on like, oh yeah, like I can bring TikTok back, no problem, right before my inauguration?
Well, remember Biden was like, I'm not going to be the one to execute the TikTok ban. If it wants to happen, I'm going to leave it on him. So now,
Which is, damn.
when he did it and brought it back, some would say, oh, look at this weakling over here, you know,
Yeah.
jumping from side to side. But I think it's just, everything is just a ploy to win people over, you know, at the end of the day. So
It's
who knows?
very like. Have you guys heard of the horseshoe theory?
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up, actually. Yeah.
Go ahead. You'll do it better than me.
I mean, he played it perfectly,
Yeah,
right?
he did.
Because there's the horseshoe theory is about the fact that there's some issues that both people on the far left and the far right agree on. So it's like a political spectrum that's a horseshoe. And as the horseshoe gets to the end, it gets closer to each other, right? So you're getting more to the left, you're getting more to the right, then you get closer to each other.
Oh.
So it got to the point with like banning TikTok. It's something that people on the far right agreed with because I don't know, they're just scared of Chinese surveillance and stuff like that, QAnon, stuff like that. They're just scared of. And then there's people on the far left who you could say agreed with the TikTok ban. I don't know, maybe because it has too much power or something like that, and it's getting too much influence.
They're
in
feminizing the
economy
population and this and that. They say all these things.
something, right? So whenever you have an issue like that, you could play both sides like a fiddle, and that's kind of what Trump did.
And they end up like kind of on the same spot. And
Yeah.
you would think they're opposites, but it's like
Yeah, I'm actually not too sure if TikTok would be a good example of that, because why would somebody on the far left want TikTok to be bad?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. Yeah. But there are some issues that really resonate with horseshoe theory.
I just found out about it, and I like that it is what he did.
Mhm.
That's his
Interesting.
playbook, is the horseshoe theory.
Interesting. What is Goonicide?
We're gonna go from TikTok ban into Goonicide.
Why should we ease up?
What do you
easily?
hold? Actually, no, it's fine. No, we need some. Let's
what do you-
lighten the mood a little
what
bit.
do you think it
What do you
sounds like,
What do you
Joey?
think that is? When like I typed in the word Goonicide, and you had to phonetically sound it out and everything. What do you think that is?
We're getting rid of the goons. There's no more goons anymore. Goon aside?
Goonacide. It's a goon
That's
aside.
no, that's what Dr. Umar said to do. That's not what we're talking about.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
Gotta exterminate
So,
them. Fuck God.
Do you know what gooning means?
Gooning?
Yeah.
Is that like getting goons? Like
All right. Help her
Think
out.
outside of Toronto.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Outside
let's
of
do
Toronto,
some
like
image
the
word
association.
goon.
Have you seen this guy's face before?
oh, that's the guy who apparently took his life because that video went viral.
Because he drove up to the Hooters barista where they
Was it a Hooters barista or was it a?
It's not. It
bikini
wasn't Hooters,
shop?
but it's
It
this.
was-
It's a
Hooters barista?
it's a cafe where the girls dress up and everything like that, like Hooters.
Oh, like they work at Hooters.
Yeah, and like dudes pull up because they look good and whatever.
And they make coffee?
yeah, and it's coffee though.
Oh,
It's
wow.
not. It's not hot wings. And
You
this
guys
dude.
remember hot coffee from Grand Theft Auto back in the day?
No, I never
A
played. one.
little bit, yeah. But
Okay.
but basically, there was a dude that apparently was a repeat offender, and he was always pulling up, and he was being a little inappropriate, I guess.
Not a
and-
little inappropriate. He had his pants off. He had his dick out.
Yeah, this guy pulled up, and they knew him. They were like, "Nah, unacceptable." Like clearly, he had been doing that, and just the expression he had on his face when he pulled up, and then he kind of realizes there's a camera, and he's got his meat like out. And he's
Yeah.
just dealing with it. He's being, crazy. And then he drives away and, they put it on the internet and the dude killed himself that day.
Yeah. Later that day or something like that, they said. Did you hear that story?
No.
Yeah. That was a real thing. So that's
Wow.
Goonicide?
That is good. Well,
Suicide.
there's a slang term I feel like the kids, the YNs, be calling masturbating gooning.
Whoa.
I thought
Yeah.
I just read that gooning is it's acting stupid. But
Well,
it's
maybe in
gooning.
some places.
But is that what it
Yeah,
is?
yeah,
The new internet term for getting off is gooning.
Yeah.
Like extreme, like do the extreme version of beating your meats.
They
Like
be
if you're
like-
a person that does
yeah.
that, they say you're.
They
a
comment
gooner.
on nice TikToks of girls and they'll be like, "Oh, prime gooning material."
So-
and
oh,
stuff.
wow.
Like,
So it's like
I've seen that in comment sections. That's why it's
Yeah.
like, okay.
It's like
Goon is-
crashing out, like the crashing out version of like masturbation. Like
Yeah.
going
Like-
all
You
out.
can have a casual goon. You can have a casual goon.
I don't
That's
think
it.
that term in itself is
For
casual.
our generation, I think the word was fap. That internet, like,
Oh,
do you
I
remember
hate that word. I hate that word.
They would
Internet
call
term,
fapping when you're pleasuring yourself.
Ew, I hate that word.
That was crazy. It was kind of an onomatopoeia though, right?
What do you mean?
Fap, like were they trying to make it sound like what it is?
A multiple
Could be.
fap.
Does it make that sound when you...
Fap,
Oh.
fap.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so it's
I'm trying
phonetic.
to... I'm trying to
She's trying to jerk her over. She's trying to hear the fap on the wrist.
Fap. Trying to fap my wrist.
Yeah, but
But you don't hear.
All right, give it a rest.
When it's wet. When it's wet.
Ew.
no, that's where you had on Safari. You were gooning before.
Yeah.
But
Do you think that guy looks like Tatum though? Everybody says he looks like
No,
Tatum.
you guys need to stop.
You see
No,
it?
he
I
does
don't-
not look
I don't
like... No,
see
he
it.
doesn't. No.
Okay.
People are... No, he does not look like
I
that.
don't think this
No,
looks
he's
like
just light skinned.
He's just light skinned.
horrible. Yeah, we're having.
He's his second cousin.
Do we feel... Well, this is a bigger conversation because now do we feel like...
digital footprints.
Yeah, your
and
digital footprint and recording people.
People
like,
are getting at the girl saying she shouldn't have recorded him and it's bad on her and this is like the family. This led to
Yeah.
his
Who's
dad.
saying that?
The family.
The guy's family?
Yeah.
Well, he deserves to die.
Hey,
Oh,
no.
Hey, yeah.
What?
Come on.
He's going up to Starbucks with Tings and jacking
You
off
put your
every
Dr.
day.
Umar and say, I
Okay.
can't psychologize some of these brothers.
Psychologize all of them in a corner. Some of them have to
What
go.
did you call it? A Hooters barista?
A Hooters barista, yeah. Like
He's
what?
specifically going up to those women and jacking off in front of them every day.
Okay, we don't know if it's every day.
Or
At least a couple times.
Yes.
That they recognized him.
Well, that sounds more like a mental health
I was
problem.
gonna say, I don't think he deserves to.
No. So what Elon Musk did, was that because of his mental health?
I don't think it's the same thing.
Oh,
But I'm saying,
But
no,
I don't
you
think
can't, you
Elon
can't just
Musk
hide behind
deserves to
that.
die.
But yeah, but you can't say Elon Musk deserves
To die?
for that.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. But
And I don't think this man deserves to. I think he needed help, maybe jail.
Yeah, we may
You
not
know,
know
maybe-
enough to say.
Maybe get him
someone
off the
deserves.
streets. Maybe he's like a crazy.
You know what? You're
sex
right.
addict.
He didn't deserve to die, but
No.
nobody
Maybe,
said
maybe
he
his
did.
dreams deserve to die.
No one what?
Nobody said he did, except for his mom and dad.
He had a family.
Yeah, he had like a wife. I think he had kids.
Yeah, he was a person.
Yeah.
He had a family.
Except for 5 people.
Okay,
Everybody else is like,
Yeah, but
"Alright,
everybody really only has like 5 people.
That's not true.
At
For
least
real.
100 people are gonna be sad if you die, bro.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Don't say that. But I think
this
I do think that maybe this is going to be an issue because people are so like quick to record and post to try to publicly shame.
Yeah,
I don't always agree with that
right.
in a sense.
But this
I
is
get
kind of
it,
crazy
though.
because it's really been a joke. Like at like the Goonicide memes, Goon too soon and everything. Like
come on.
Goon too soon. Yeah, I've
on.
seen some fire jokes. I'm seeing some fire tweets.
That's not funny.
There's-
I know, but it's like this is the world we're in. We're so desensitized. Dude kills himself the day the video comes out, and we got jokes. We're running with it for days and days and days.
Goon
no.
too soon.
Yeah.
Does anybody feel bad for laughing at this though?
I feel
do.
bad for
I
laughing.
think it's bad.
I'm not laughing at all.
I feel bad.
The
Yeah, I'm
only
not
people
really
I
bad.
feel bad for is the Hooters baristas. That's it.
Really.
And they're catching flack.
But Goon too soon is good, man.
I don't blame her because I don't. Obviously, I feel like if she knew that this would have led or potentially might have been the reason this man took his life, I don't think they would have posted it. So you can't really blame them for that.
She didn't know.
But I do think it's become very normalized to like, you know, if someone's doing something weird or inappropriate or, you know, trying to attack you or whatever, the first thing you do is pull out your phone, record it, and post it, right? Everything's like, oh, you're going to be on 6buzz or, oh, I'm going to record you. Like the Indian man who slapped Shorty, her phone. You see that? Yeah, the girl who like over a parking spot.
How can he slap?
How good to slap? That's an OG one right there, man.
Is this fucker
You don't
bitch
know
to you?
about
That's like your
how can he
original
slap?
meme, bro.
Yeah, anyways.
Say that one.
So yeah,
We
even
don't
like,
want to talk with you, actually. That was top 5 memes of all time, bro.
For sure.
That was great. That was great.
so,
Amazing.
even
Although
the,
the violence is not great.
Yeah.
But
the video of the woman recording the Indian man, and he's like, "Oh, you." No, I don't do the. No, I'm not. It's like he's like, "Oh, I can't do that." What he's like, "Oh, you want to video me? You want to movie me?" And then he slaps her phone. She's like, "Oh, I have this." So you know what I'm saying? Like people always want to take out their phone and record it, but then you look aside like it's gonna affect someone forever. But you don't think about that when you're getting something done. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's hard.
I don't even think the issue is recording. I think the issue is
Him
the
jacking
posting
off.
it online.
That's the problem.
I hear you.
That's a separate conversation. We're talking
No,
from
Mucho's
the
right in a way.
No, he is, but we're talking from the person
Post-jack off.
recording, not the jacker offer.
We're talking about after.
We're talking about the other person, not the person committing the crime.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with recording. I think where some people would be like, why would you post that? Is like, if you're recording this for your safety and you want to give it like to the police, that makes 100%. I'm 100% for that. But you don't necessarily have to post everything. Because
Well,
what
it's
is
public shaming.
what's the ends to this? Like, do the ends justify the means for this?
It's public shaming.
Because
That is what.
yeah, like you're posting this, and what do you want the result of this to be? If you wanted this person to go to jail or something, give it to the police. Let them lock them up. But what's the
She
point
felt
of,
like it would make him stop.
People use public
That's not- I don't
shaming
think
as
so.
a way of like facing consequences.
Yeah.
You know, your job's gonna see this eventually. You know, your children will see this. I don't know, your cousins. It's gonna get around. If someone sees themselves hitting someone on 6buzz, like eventually, you know, it's a form of like you're gonna face the consequences.
And
of
it's
this.
also,
I'm gonna
it's
post
also
this.
quicker too. You send it to the police, it'll take months. You do that, he's shamed the next
Taking it
day.
upon herself.
that's
Vigilante
fair.
justice.
But you just
Yeah,
got to know that
vigilante
there's things that could happen.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
that as
There's
well.
actions
Listen,
to
I guess you could
consequences.
say
That's all.
there's blood on her hands or whatever, whoever filmed
Well,
that. but-
interesting caveat, and we don't know this for sure. Certain, this is kind of what hearsay's like on Twitter, but apparently, bro did that to himself before it was posted and viral and stuff.
I don't know
like
how
before
much,
it had legs and
with
was.
the time-
But he
Timeline.
saw
You
himself
never
getting
know.
filmed though.
So
he's-
that's his reaction. Like you think that? Okay.
You never know.
I think he I think he was
Sorry,
meant
So
to.
nigga could have sent it to the police, it wouldn't have mattered.
So you say he beat it to the punch?
This is what I mean. The jokes were writing
So
themselves.
that is good too soon.
Because I think the posting is a slippery slope, bro. Because you can really just frame any narrative. Like, did you guys see that video?
You're playing God a little bit.
No, but did
Yeah.
you see that video? It went viral, I think, a few months ago, where a girl posted this video and she was like, this guy's been following me around Target. Yo, why are you following me? Stop following me. And the guy's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? So, and the video went viral and everyone's like, yo, I know this guy. That's Justin, whatever. He goes to this university. Boom, boom, boom. That video goes viral.
Wow.
I think he got like expelled from school or something. Something happened to him. He might have lost his job or something. And then he posted his video and he's like, yo, that was not what was happening. I was in Target because I went to go get, he said like he went to go get like a lamp or something. And this lady and I so happened to be going the same place and went down the same aisle. And she randomly just pulled out her phone and said that I was following her. And posted it, and the video went viral. Now everyone thinks I'm this terrible person, and this isn't what happened at all. Damn. And now my life is over.
Slippery.
There's
So,
a lot of
like,
there's a lot of
that witch hunt shit.
there's a lot of gray areas like that. Like have you guys ever like walked behind a woman, probably like a white woman,
At the gym?
anywhere,
Get closer to the mic,
even
please.
outside, and then you could tell they keep looking back. You know what I mean? And then they cross the street or something, or maybe they slow down so you walk past them.
Mm-hmm.
Like something like that, even, right? In the back of my mind, you get like a little annoyed, like, is it because I'm black? I don't know. Chip on your shoulder, maybe. I don't know. Or is it just because violence against women is a common thing?
Yeah, you're a man.
Yeah,
I do
get
it
it.
to men. I do it to all men.
Sorry?
Black, white, Asian. Any man is behind me, I'm looking.
And as a man,
Okay.
it should be your courtesy to just create some space and get past her quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I try not to be too close to people. The part where I find the issue is, it's like, this does happen, yes, because you're a man, but this also could be happening because you are a black man as well. Like, do you think
For
this
sure.
happens to other people? And I don't think, because in the back of my mind, sometimes like if I see women walking towards me or I'm walking behind a woman, I might just cross the street myself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But when you really think about it, it's like, I shouldn't feel like I have to do that.
No, you shouldn't, but then you just gotta, you gotta blame other men.
Yeah.
It is what it is,
Yeah.
right? I personally don't like men walking behind me. Any man.
Yeah.
Especially when I walk my dog at night. If someone's behind me, I'm stopping and I'm pulling over to the side and let them pass me. I don't want anyone behind me at night.
Mhm.
So that's just what it is. I don't care what you, as long as you're a man, I don't want you behind me.
Any
man.
no.
I think it disproportionately happens to black people.
For sure. No, I hear that 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
We just gotta hug
That's
it.
that
I guess.
Karen
Yeah,
shit.
but we
yeah.
gotta hug it.
But if you saw like 4 niggas walking behind you,
yeah, I'd be shook too.
okay.
Of course.
So, you know what I'm saying? Or if
I
4
would
white
do
guys
Word
walking
to Maul. I don't want these YNs in my hallway.
But that's the thing. If it's 4 people of any race walking behind
Yeah.
me, I would be kind of weary.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I think we're wired that way too. That it's wrong, bro. It's wrong. It is so wrong that if you see a group of white dudes walking towards you, you feel no sense of danger at all. But if you see a group of black dudes walking towards you, you're gonna be more on guard. That's not right.
It's not right.
But it's not right in both ends because it's like fucking wimps. It's like, you ain't doing shit.
They ain't gonna do
But
shit.
you-
to them.
Yeah.
This could be 4 UFC fighters walking towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's like, I'll show you what we could do.
That's actually like fighting race delusion has to be studied as well. Because why do you feel like you could beat up someone more because they're white than you could for someone that's black?
What if the white guy checks into the game and the guy I'm defending gets swapped with a white guy and I go, okay,
I got him.
All right, I can chill a little bit. I can focus on offense.
Whole
more
time it's
now.
Cooper flag.
Yeah, you know, that's happening.
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
Is that wrong though?
Yeah, don't look at Alex
is.
Caruso.
White
and his
people
whole
can sneak
shit
attack.
like that, you know?
Norm, do you do that? 'Cause
What?
You say you do martial arts, right?
Yeah.
Do you do that when you spar somebody?
I'm racist when I spar, for sure.
Exactly.
100%. Because if I'm fighting a super athletic black guy, I'm already like, okay, his reflex ability is going to be on 10.
Yes,
He's going to be dodging my punches because just athletic ability and quickness. But what I wait for as a Filipino with, shorter arms, whatever it may be, is timing. It's all timing. It's like, all right, use your athletic ability all you want, but let me find your timing, and I'll just slip you one good punch that'll make you rethink everything, rethink your whole approach. So it's really there's a way to counter everything, but like in the moment, sometimes you just like athleticism will beat me all the way up to here. So I'm gonna have to run away from it until like we pass that point of athleticism.
Do black fighters fight different?
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Think of it like this: like
Black people,
They're
in this-
just talking about their reach, but like technique wise,
black people do
100%.
everything different.
They're more dialed in.
they're more down. Okay,
1,000%. They're more dialed in.
and like
okay.
here's my thing with black people. I always say everybody does the same shit. We just do it differently. But then black people adds another layer to it, just on some like fly shit. Just like, we can add a little bit of extra sauce on that with everything, whether it be basketball, baseball, football,
fighting,
all
everything.
things, dancing, dressing, eating with everything.
Eating
There's
with
always,
what?
I'm talking about spice, flavor, like it's just more.
I
There's
thought you
always
say spoon. I was like,
So I'm gonna ask you a question about Filipino people, right?
yeah.
Like, how do you feel when people say this? I'm not saying I say it, but when people say that you guys are like the black people of Asian people.
I think that comparison comes from Filipinos being the darkest and the bottom rung of the Asians. In the same way Sri Lankans or Tamils will be looked at by the Indians, or the way Mexicans will be looked at by other Latino countries.
damn.
Filipinos are looked at in that same way. Like, we're the blacks of our people because we're the darkest. We're the service workers.
Oh, sure.
We don't own the companies. We work for the companies, right? When you think about, like, going back to what we were talking about, like people that can dance and have natural ability, like we have 4 different colonizers over the years, right?
4.
4. We had the Malaysians, we had the Chinese, the Spanish, and the Americans. Well, Americans
was
didn't
just
really,
the
they
Spanish.
they bought us. Americans bought us from Spain and
shit.
ran the country. That's why we all speak English. That's where we get all of, like, we're actually the first country in Asia to allow Western influence into East Asia. That's why they also hate us, because they're like, you let the fucking Americans into Asia, fuck you. You know what I mean? So they hate Filipinos for that reason. But like, I don't think it's as prevalent as it used to be, but like there's this underlining thing like, oh, well, you guys can dance, you guys can sing, da, 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 da. Well, like we have very similar histories in the sense that we were very disenfranchised. We were treated like shit. And naturally, I feel as a result of that history, the universe is gonna bless you with some natural gifts and talents.
That's why you're saying that. You guys
That's
can
why
dance,
we sing.
sing,
We could dance. We could do all these things.
be funny.
You know. But in a weird way, like, I hate saying that we are what we are because of colonization or this. Like, we are who we are because of our history. And like, hip hop wouldn't be a thing if, 80s, 70s, New York, Black people and Latino people weren't so disenfranchised and like in the ghetto, like that came out, like this beautiful flower came out the concrete. So in the same deal, like Filipinos, we find a way to be resilient. Like, think about this. Every year or two, it's inevitable that your place is going to get flooded. Philippines is
In
one
the
of those
Philippines.
places where it floods
'Cause it's so
monsoon
low?
season.
Okay.
We're just surrounded by so much water that like we're naturally going to get hit with crazy floods and typhoons and whatnot, to the point where kids don't even measure themselves based off the markings that they put on the kitchen door frame with a marker. They measure it based off how much taller they are than the water level marking from how high their floods reached that year.
Wow.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
that inevitable.
Is that inevitable?
Wow.
Like if you ever go to New Orleans, you'll still see the parts of like, the French town or whatever that have like, oh, this is where the water went up to. They don't wash it off because they want to show you this is what happened when the levees broke. But in the Philippines, same deal. They're like, oh yeah, this was 1998. This one was 2002. Look how high that was. It's just,
Yo, the Filipino accent
It's hilarious.
kills me. That's one of the
top three
funniest,
funniest
top
accents.
3 funniest accents. There's times I'll go on TikTok and just search like Filipino mom. And I'll
never
just
got that
scroll
deep.
all
That's
the
hilarious.
kids and I cry of laughter.
Word.
Like, yo, see these kids make fun of their Filipino parents and their accent? Top tier content.
Is
And
it-
oh my God.
Is it hard to like not resist to like make fun of that all the time? Because you always have it in your back pocket, right?
yo, honestly, my uncle, I have this one uncle, Uncle Per. His name is Perfecto. Okay, Perfecto Perez.
Perfecto.
Oy, perfecto! But they call him Per, Tito Per.
Yeah.
Okay? So my Tito Per, he moved here. When he came to Canada, he was, I think, 18 or 19. So he was still young enough, but he was still mad fobby. And he hung with a lot of West Indian folk. And like I remember driving downtown with him. We were driving down Church Street. I was like maybe 9, 10 at the time. We'd play basketball downtown. And we're driving along Church Street, and he just rolls down the window. He's like, watch this, guys. Watch this, huh? Hey, bate boy, huh? Hey, bate boy. And I'm like, yo, what are you saying? What the hell is that? Right? He just goes, hey, bate boy, huh? I'm like, what does he keep saying that? And we kept on laughing. And for years, me and my cousins were like, hey, bate boy, bate boy, bate boy. Like, not knowing what the fuck it meant. We thought we were just making fun of my uncle. And then when I started hanging out with some Jamaican guys, and they're like, oh, bate boy. I'm like, that's what Uncle Pierce been saying all these years.
Oh my God.
In his funny little Filipino accent, hey, bate boy. Like, no.
He was just on
That
Church and
is
Wellesley
so
going crazy.
insane.
I got a Filipino question too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So-
Question.
Everyone who's Jamaican has family in Toronto, New York, London, and Florida, specifically more Miami. Where are the Filipino congregations? I know one of them is California. There's a
California,
lot
for
of
sure.
Asians in California.
Really?
Specifically Northern California, the Bay Area.
SoCal, North Cal, Bay Area.
Where's the Filipino cities?
All right.
And
Filipinos.
why did they get there?
Filipinos are one of the widest spread diasporas as a result of our service industry workers. See, once again, as a result of serving 4 different colonizers, we've become really good at serving people. Okay,
wow.
Unfortunately, so we're the service industry workers running the hospitals as nurses, running the service industry as cooks, as whatever it may be. We're always servicing motherfuckers. So that's why we're always spread out, because we'll do the jobs that most people don't want to do. Secondly, we do it with a smile. So a lot of times people are like, oh yeah, we love those Filipinos. Come on over, bring your lumpia and pants set. We love it, And then that's why we're everywhere. But California, Texas, like Houston, we're a lot in Houston, New York, Chicago. Apparently there's a shitload in St. John's, Newfoundland.
Really?
We're out there in Alaska. Winnipeg is like the Bay Area of Canada for Filipinos. There's so
Really?
many Filipinos in Winnipeg.
Interesting.
Yeah, just places where there's unfavorable conditions because people don't want to be there. They're like, yeah, the Filipinos will be fine.
Oh my God.
They'll love it. So yeah, we're everywhere. You'll find lots of London, Australia, because it's
very
close to Asia.
Yeah.
But as far as North America goes, yeah, California is the place. Like if I wanted to really, really make money as a comedian, I could just stay in California and be good.
Really?
Yeah.
So why don't you do that?
Paperwork.
6
That
months on,
visa,
That's
6
how
boy.
they
months
get
off.
you, man. That's a
visa.
bitch.
And the fucked up thing was when I got banned from the States, it was by a Filipino Border Patrol guy.
Why'd you get banned?
I tried to do a show without my visa, and early in my career, back in like 2014, and
How'd they catch
Filipino.
Yeah, how'd they catch you?
Well, so when I was going through, they didn't believe. So it was weird because when I went in, me and my boys were driving down. They pulled us to the side, so we had to go in, check in. They call up my boy, his name, full name. They call up the second guy, his full name. Then they call me. They're like, Big Norm. I'm like,
Oh,
what the fuck are you looking at?
you
back
knew it was
there?
up. Oh.
Right? So I go up, I'm like, hey, what's going on, sir? He's like, all right, so what are you doing out here? It's like, just gonna go see some friends. Like, so you're not doing any shows? And I'm just like, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing a show, but it's it's nothing paid or
It's a
nothing
free
like
show.
that. It's like, yeah, they're not paying you. They're just bringing you out to Miami for a free show. I'm like, it's my friend. I'm going to Miami already. I just figured I'm there. Let me jump on the show while I'm
Yeah.
there. Like, come on. I'm trying to be as honest with you as possible.
Yeah.
And I go, come on, kuya. Because that's brother in Filipino. I'm like, come on, kuya. He's like, don't kuya me. No favoritism here. And I was like, oh,
Oh, wow.
fuck. And I see him like, oh, you're one of those marks that like you want to impress, your subordinates.
superiors, the
you know what I
way-
mean?
yeah.
Or your superiors.
One
And-
of those marks, that's the Mexican
You know?
colonialism.
Right?
That's the Cali. That's the Cali.
That's the
That's
LA fucking mark ass.
That's the
Ain't no
Cali.
busters in my cluster.
Super West Coast too.
But I was mad because no, I'm like, come on, kuya. And I'm like, why would you? So he's like, get a letter from this guy saying it's not. So I wrote up the letter. He signed it. I brought it back. got it printed. And he's like, who wrote this? I should have just said I wrote it, but he signed for it. And I'm just like, my friend wrote it. He's like, oh yeah? Where's he from? I'm like, he's Jewish American from Miami. They're like, oh, so he's American? I'm like, yeah. Then he goes, Americans don't spell humor with a U.
Oh, shit.
And then I'm like, yo, Canadian spell check, motherfucker. Like, what? And he just banned me, brought me to the back, printed me. I'm like, really? I'm getting a 5-year ban
5 years
over this? And I was. They wouldn't let me in for 5 years. They finally lifted it in like 2019. I finally crossed.
Shit.
Just before just before
the pandemic.
I mean, I snuck over a couple times,
Yeah.
like on transit to like the Caribbean.
Oh.
But yeah,
Oh, damn.
yeah.
That's a trick I wish I knew.
Yeah, you could sneak to the U.S. through the Caribbean, like on a cruise.
It's a connecting flight and you just leave.
Connecting a flight. You just,
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's bold.
I missed my flight.
But don't you have to fill out like immigration when you like land in the States?
Yeah, but luckily they, like sometimes I got flagged and they hold me and I was just like, hey man, I'm just here to see family. They let me go. But for a good while, I had no chance. They would always stop me.
Shit.
Like, and sometimes I wouldn't even attempt. Like, I remember going to Trinidad because I worked in Trinidad for 4 years, and every time I would go, I'd have like a stop in Atlanta or Florida somewhere,
Oh my
and
God.
like they would always detain me and hold me aside until my flight was leaving.
Wow.
So over a fucking spelling mistake.
That is so crazy. That guy had it out for you.
Yeah.
That's nasty work.
telling you, America treats us like we are Antarctica, bro.
And I don't get it. Because we're
Doesn't make
literally like,
sense.
it makes no sense. It makes no
That's
sense.
such a crazy story.
That's insane. What do we want to talk about next? Jimmy Butler's child support or Drake's lawsuit?
Jimmy Butler's focusing too much on coffee.
Yeah, I mean, what is there to say about FX? What is
I
there to
mean,
say about Jimmy Butler's?
It's the same thing.
He's just catching L's left to right now, though.
Well, no, he's back playing, right? He's back playing for the Miami Heat. I don't
begrudgingly.
People are just upset that his baby moms, who's already getting 55K, is asking for an extra 10. That's basically the story.
Okay. And I don't think he's with his kids, right? She probably has custody.
I don't know. Jimmy Butler, he talks a lot about his kids, and like when he did all the tours of his houses, like his kids have rooms and his kids were like in the videos and stuff. So you don't know. No, he said he's not
He has
with
food
his
in the
kids.
For sure, but
So
I just
they
think,
could
like,
be there. And
when
if you're
a
an NBA
professional
superstar,
but when you're a professional athlete and you're gone 40 times out the year, like she is naturally going to be the full-time parent. She's naturally gonna have custody.
Yeah.
So, when people like, to me, being a regular person, $65,000 a month is insane.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that is more than enough for me to raise these damn kids.
Yeah.
But then people are like, is their lifestyle going to change with their mom versus their dad, who's this multi-millionaire who can get them whenever, any drop of the hat, when she's only bringing in $65K a month compared to what he brings in? See what I'm saying?
I still think we're downplaying what $55,000 a month is.
You are downplaying that as you just sort of living in whatever you make right now.
I feel like
But
You know what I'm saying? But when you make that much money,
That is
You li-
660,000. So that's more than $500,000 a
year.
year.
what's
Yeah.
like expensive rich kid private school for 3 kids? Like
it's
That too.
expensive.
that is
but-
the only thing that I think
but I don't know
can
if
makes
that,
it
I don't know
like
if that
okay.
counts in the child support.
Yeah.
There's like tech, yeah.
Yeah, but like, obviously we don't know the situation, but I would assume that outside of the child support money, I would assume that he pays for all
That
those
he's
things
taking
as
care of the
well.
school bills and
Like,
stuff.
I don't think this school comes out of the 55K. I think that would be in addition.
I
to.
agree.
Isn't it? Is it supposed to?
It's
I don't know.
supposed.
It's
I don't know. I don't know how
know.
child support works,
Yeah,
but I
neither
think
do I.
like it's for the kids. But I don't know if.
To me, the only way this 65K stuff makes sense is if she's paying for school, she's paying for the crib, she's doing all this stuff.
If everything's out of pocket,
and
from
then
that.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Then you deserve to get.
which I highly doubt it is.
I mean,
to make
think
an
about it.
I mean, we're
educated
all
guess.
making assumptions.
They
I can
live-
assume that she's buying a Birkin every 2 months with the money too, but I don't know.
But my thing is, you live in Miami, right? You have 3 kids. I'm sure you're gonna want to put yourself in like a nice mansion. Miami's very expensive.
Yeah, Miami 55,000 don't really go that long.
Exactly. If you're gonna live in a mansion, like for example, if like mom's house and dad's house, if you want to have maybe not a nice house in Butler, but like a nicer home mansion style house in Miami, that's your mom's house. 55K is not gonna go too far.
But do you, because we don't know, educated guess, do you think that wherever she's living, she has to pay the rent in this place?
I would assume they're not married.
I don't think so.
I
though.
would think so. They're not
You
married.
think he's buying her a crib and she's asking for 65K?
I personally don't think she's paying the rent in wherever her and the kids live.
Who's paying it?
Him?
Outside of the 65K.
Yeah.
It's an
I
assumption.
would assume so.
Maybe, but like I can't assume with this. There's too many assumptions.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know the full
Yeah, we don't know
circumstances.
nothing,
We don't know
but-
the extent.
Yeah.
So
I would think that if he is paying for their house and she doesn't have to drop a dime on their living expenses, okay, I get it. You should be able to get 65K off. If it's just like
And then
food and gas and, I don't know,
Yeah.
And the other-
extracurriculars or whatever.
The other
Like,
issue,
but also knowing that just because he has it doesn't necessarily, I feel, it doesn't necessarily mean you're deserving of it just because he has it.
well, I
You
mean,
know?
she has 3 kids for him.
yeah.
The kids deserve it.
Girl, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
But you
'Cause
decided
He
to knock
makes
her up
50
3
M's a year.
times.
too.
No, but because
He knocked her up 3 times.
They have,
they have 3 kids.
Holy shit!
But
Jimmy, you're wild.
my question,
Exactly.
But my question is because I do think some like child support in some way has to do with the amount of money you make.
It definitely does.
But does
He
that
makes
work?
$50 million a year.
But does
50?
that?
Yeah.
But does that work on the reverse? So if he makes more money, he pays more. But if he makes less, does he pay less?
Yes.
I don't know because Kanye pays
yes.
Kim $4 million a year in child support or something like that.
4 M's?
Yeah, whatever like the monthly payment.
Because
for it
if
goes
he
to, like
say
that.
he's out the league now and he's popped, he makes like $1 million a year. Popped to
It
on
will
that
adjust.
sense.
Because remember when
Would it adjust?
Tristan
Supposed to,
Thompson
yeah.
got his last side chick pregnant and he was like, haha, joke's on you. I'm out of a job next year, so you're not going to get no child support because I'm not going to have any like taxable income. And
She started getting TNT money.
yeah, so that was the thing. Because he was like, you're going to try to get child support from me,
That's
but I don't have the income for it. So you can only, I think, get child support. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure it's based on your income.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't
you
have any
can-
income
you can
coming,
increase it though.
But yeah, you can ask for more though. The
Yeah.
base is for your income.
Yeah.
And then I think some people were upset because she was trying to say that some of that money she wants to put towards a nanny. And people were like, yo, you don't work. Why do you need a nanny? So there's people on both sides that are like, just because she doesn't
Well,
work,
everyone
she
needs
should
help,
be able to have a nanny. And
Because-
some people are like,
if she's a single mom, 3 kids, everyone needs help, right? So like, it's a 2-parent household now,
Yeah.
kind of. So like, if we were together, I think even if they were together, she still might need a nanny. Just
Girl, you the nanny now. No, I'm playing.
but like,
You know?
yeah, I see,
depends on-
I
Can
see
a
both
judge tell
sides
the
though.
mom to get a job? Like, does that
Yes,
happen?
yes,
in
that
these
happens.
situations?
If
is
you-
what? Sorry.
Does the judge tell the mom, "Nah, you got to get a job"?
That
Go get a
potentially
job.
can happen. Some judges will, if say Jimmy Butler wanted to bring that to court, the judge could possibly
Certain
say
judges will do that.
you have to work. If you want this increase and you're saying these things are towards this, you have to be contributing yourself. Like you can't necessarily just not have a job and be asking for a bunch of stuff. So some judges will make you work.
All I'm saying is she's wilding if she's not the main raiser of those kids. Like you have to. I get having a nanny to supplement. But
No, but I
If
get
you're
it.
not
But
the
also,
main-
right? I'm sure, like, if my mom could afford a nanny, being a single parent, she would have.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
but your mom's not getting paid $65K a month to do nothing.
Yeah, your mom had it done. Yeah, that's the thing. Your mom would probably want your mom would probably want a nanny to help while she is working.
Yeah.
If your mom could tend to you 100% of the time, I'm sure she probably would.
Yeah.
But here's
Like-
the flip side of all that.
Yeah.
All that leads to a Filipino getting hired. So,
Or Jamaican,
and or a Jamaican nanny,
or a
of course,
Mexican,
right? Or Mexican.
one of the three.
One of us.
One of us.
Nannies, you think majority are either Filipino, Jamaican, or Mexican?
100%. 100%.
Some Trini
For
nannies
sure.
too.
100%.
You seen that episode of
Oh,
Atlanta?
Trinity to the
Even
bone.
in the hospitals, it's West Indians,
Yeah.
Filipinos.
Real.
Yeah. And
And
Latinos?
and- yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man.
Damn, the real caretakers.
The real caretaker and the best ones too. The best caretakers.
We'll make a ranking system.
Yeah, I was gonna
Number one
say, who's the number one
caretakers?
caretaker?
I don't know. It depends on your life. Depends on your lifestyle.
Who are the best black people of their cultures?
No, literally. Okay, well, this Drake lawsuit. I mean, I don't. Last time I read the full petition. This time I didn't. Honestly, it's a lot. It's a lot happening. You know, he's now suing UMG for inciting violence,
Defamation.
with
right?
Not Like Us, defamation of character, all the above.
Main thing people were mad at, or at least on the side of the internet that I saw, is the naming of the streamers in the suit.
Yeah.
Please enlighten me with
So
that.
I think I could explain that one a little bit better.
Yeah.
So he wasn't mad at any streamers for streaming the content. He was like, okay, bet. But UMG, like, if anybody who does like content, like UMG, if you use any songs in like a video that you upload to YouTube, mostly
It gets
like,
straight.
it'll get stricken
They'll
down
copyright
so quick. It's crazy how quick they get blacklisted. But what he was showing is that streamers on that week that it dropped were getting whitelisted.
We're not gonna clip you.
Yeah.
They
weren't copyrighting
getting
it.
whitelisted. So the opposite of blacklist. They're getting whitelisted for the content.
I know.
For
the
the-
imagery.
yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
For the content that they was making. That's why the lawsuit named those videos, because you have to name them. But so he wasn't mad at the streamers.
Yeah.
That's carte blanche.
Who did he name? I know he named Kai Cenat.
Kai, RDC World,
No Life Shack.
No Life Shack,
Zeus.
Zeus and Bilu. Yeah. So basically just big reactors.
Yeah.
Big black streamers.
That's
Come on, man.
That was the angle they were taking.
That's a new porn.
How come only the black stream? Like, I kind of see it actually. Though.
Yeah.
BBS.
BBS. Big black streamers.
So all I'll say is like,
Why'd you do the voice?
It's an intro. You are now watching.
I guess it
Big
was
black
people that are in the
streamers.
culture, but if you're a UMG, you're gonna want it to be people in the culture. It's gonna be more effective. But yeah, right now, like I'll call this the optical gap, right? The optics are terrible.
Very.
Yeah.
Like even if he's done the math and he believes that it's worth it, because they're lowballing him hundreds of millions of dollars or whatever, and that's the retribution that he's trying to get. And you know, maybe he did the math and he doesn't even care about what the optics look like. But the optical gap of what things actually are to how things look like right now is crazy.
Yeah. It looks really.
I'd like to make a comparison. So, what's the one blemish that everyone points at Jordan in his career? He had a bad addiction for gambling.
The gambling,
Yeah.
He's
right?
a terrible gambler.
He killed his
As
dad.
much
This
as he
has
could
been a
win,
narrative, yeah.
he would always gamble into some issues.
Right.
But it was also his gambling addiction that fueled his fire, which allowed him to be as good as he was, because he was always betting on himself.
He needed to drop 55 in New York
Right?
because they had come for him. Put
So
money on that game.
But all that to say, Drake is known to be a terrible gambler. Yes, we see him win a lot on whatever stake and whatnot.
Good comparison.
But he don't really show his losses. But everyone knows, like, yo, why? When you look at his bets on sports, they're like, yo, whatever Drake bets on, do the opposite.
Drake curse.
The Drake curse, right? So I think there's
Do you think
There's
he's actually
something
losing
there.
that much?
I
when he
think
bets?
I think on stake it's funny money. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's not his real
I don't
money,
think
but
it's
he is
real.
losing.
But
But the
you're
fact
probably
that-
saying the rep that he had even before that.
But yeah, I'm saying like the fact that he's a terrible gambler. He probably thought, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a gamble on this. Michael Jackson tried to do it once upon a time. Maybe they'll look at me like Mike in a sense where like they killed Mike off when he tried to do it, but I'm gonna actually do it. And I'm like, maybe this is not the gamble you want to take, Drake. You know your history with stake, man. Like, no, I got this. You know, this is just as good as the hair clips. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a great idea. Trust me. Like those hair clips weren't good, bro.
Yeah.
That wasn't it.
So yeah, the further down he goes, he just tries to like outspend it and get back to positive, right?
Well, I just think this was a bad gamble, and he thought he really could
You
win
just
this.
kept going. Like you just
You
like
should have just cut your loss, take your L. Stop like trying to like
So what
double
about-
down and like win the people back with stupid bets.
do you
Right?
think? Well, I don't think he's trying to win the people. Like if because he's losing people by doing
Yes.
this. by throwing this lawsuit. So,
And even if let's say he wins,
yeah.
people are going to still like, whatever.
In
You're
society,
still
he loses.
still a bum. Like you
Society, he
cried
loses.
when you lost.
Yeah, it's
But do you
strange.
think that this, like, do you like, does your view on him change because of this lawsuit? Are you like, yeah, this is a whack ass move for him now to be suing over rap beef?
I don't think the move is whack. I think the timing is just so wrong.
Yeah. Like you're not
it's
going to
just
win this
really,
now. Like,
really
it's very,
bad timing.
So
to
what do
where,
you think? He should have
like,
done this earlier.
Just I feel like at any other point in time, if he was doing this, people would have been behind him 100%. It's just because it's off the back of a beef, and it looks.
But that's the only reason it's happening.
Yeah.
That's
No,
that's
but
contradiction.
this deal would have been coming up regardless, right? So I actually think that UMG was thanking the Lord that Drake and Kendrick chose to beef at this time. Because if they didn't do this, they would have had to try to pull a different rabbit out the hat to tank his stock. It just so happened that this happened at this moment to where Kendrick's doing it for them.
Yeah, so the timing of the lawsuit's not the problem. You're saying the timing of the beef was the problem.
No, but it goes
Timing
hand in hand.
of the beef and
The
timing of the lawsuit and timing of his
The
renewal.
lawsuit is only happening because of the beef.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I'm willing to assume that they would have tried to lowball him regardless. So he would have been upset regardless when this time came up. It just happened that the beef happened right before and they could use this to fuel the lowball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
This
you're
is
saying
how
that
we're gonna
the
not
beef, because you could even argue that
Yeah,
he
okay.
started or escalated or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, yes.
But
then
he
yes.
did that at the wrong time.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
he did that at the wrong time.
Because is UMG wrong for being opportunistic with the fact that, oh, this is going to lower stock? Let's discuss this now. It's almost like when in the NBA before the trade deadline, you're like, oh no, is this injury going to affect his, bargaining chip?
Yeah.
Like, is the value there? So like they're really looking at this like, no, this is good. We can, like you said, we could use this to lowball him, but I don't think they would purposely. To me, I thought it would be stupid for them to purposely lowball them so they could sign somebody, but then at a lower rate. But then why would you sign damaged goods then at that point? You know what I'm saying?
Because you would have had to sign it for $800. Now it's damaged. Now I only have to pay you $400.
Now you pay $400, but now 400 mil is shit because no one's gonna care for this guy anymore because he's culturally irrelevant now. So
You think he's culturally irrelevant?
not saying he's culturally relevant, but like if he's looked at like the way Ja Rule was looked at after 50, then what?
So
if Drake is Ja Rule now, no, Ja Rule has never recovered.
So at this point, I think they're probably just trying to burn the city down. I don't even think they're trying to
You think
get
Drake's
him.
Ja Rule?
No.
I don't think they're trying to get him back
stop
at
that
this
face.
point. They're probably like, you know what? You're not jacking us. You know what? We're not jacking you. Now we don't want anybody to have you. So I think it might be one of those.
But what do you mean?
I mean, but
Like-
that's
like
how the
he's
music
saying,
industry
why
is.
would they want to tank him to sign damaged goods? And now if people don't rate Drake anymore and he's on your label, it's going to cost you more money. I think now they're trying to cut ties with him and just want him to be as low as possible when he's going out into the market.
Like how they try to do Mike.
Yeah.
They tried to do Mike dirty
Dave
when
Chappelle.
Sony was like, yo, you have more money than us? Like, nah, we got to find a way. You know, they're not going to allow Mike to outsmart the industry. They didn't like when Prince was doing it too. They took them all out.
They
So
said
is
Dave
Drake
Chappelle.
next?
They said Dave Chappelle was crazy to tank his stock as well. Said he went to Africa because he was crazy. Like, you know, they're
gonna
it was
demonize
just
you
a
for that.
bad
The
time.
label can push a button very easily.
But I just think in terms of the audience, because like we said, like a majority of consumers are just headline readers. Like people don't
Yeah.
know
Right,
what's
right.
going on.
Nobody's gonna know that when he was talking about the streamers, it was because of that. Nobody's
Yeah.
gonna know that.
All you're gonna see is Drake named Kai Cenat in the lawsuit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then Kai is gonna react to it, and now his fans are gonna be upset at Drake for naming him in the lawsuit, and that looks even worse on Drake.
Because he's basically saying He's basically saying that UMG is using Kendrick as a pawn. That's what he's trying to say.
What was the analogy that Dave Chappelle used years ago with the baboon?
A pimp named Slipback?
No, with the baboon and the salt.
Oh, that's how they find water.
Yes.
When they're lost in the desert, to be able to find water, they make a baboon. They trap a baboon and they give him a lot of salt and then they let him free and he goes and finds water because baboons eat salt and they get dehydrated and they're always able to find water.
But he used that in a reference to like with the industry and like what he was the baboon.
Yeah.
And like there's like I don't remember what it was. I have to like look
Which
it up.
that checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need him to find the funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said he just
To
didn't
make
take
the hits,
salt.
the water is the hits.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know, at this point, I feel like Drake, I feel like he might know it as well. I feel like he kind of is, he's such a big entity that I feel like now he's probably just gonna, is the correct term, ostracize himself to where now it's like, I'm only rocking with my people. Like it's me and it's OVO, and I'm not friends with anybody else. I'm not working with nobody else. I'm going over there. Now hip hop doesn't like me. All right, now I'm with Bad Bunny. Now I'm with Burna Boy. Now I'm with Peso Pluma. You know, like he might just go to pop, like full pop route now.
Drake?
He may not have America, but he's got the world. So
Yeah.
But
it's
like
who cares?
hip hop will have to leave him alone then too. Because it's like they say all this, like, you know, Drake's Ja Rule and everything, but he's still the number
He is
one.
not Ja Rule,
I know,
man.
but I'm just saying that I don't think that either. I'm just saying Ja Rule was irrelevant and you weren't talking about him. He is still the number one thing that they're all talking about, whether he, like, it's very lucrative to be a Drake hater. All these podcasts that were reacting to Not Like Us, that love it, are still talking about him, and they don't have, it's kind of like a LeBron, you know, there isn't really anybody there to fill the gap. Kendrick comes outside twice every 3 years, and like, he's not like, you know, after this Super Bowl, after that tour, you're gonna need someone to fill that gap and that void.
Yeah.
And if he is gone, quiet, like, I don't know, like, you gotta,
It's gonna be quiet.
yeah, you gotta find some more stuff then to talk about. I'm interested to see that.
Yeah, people are prisoners of the moment. That's why we're even having this discussion right now. But like, this would be pretty irrelevant in a few months, if you ask me.
That Party and Drake album gonna come, and like, we'll
I
see.
think people are gonna listen to it regardless.
Yeah.
And I think if Drake, whenever he has like a next like big hit, people are gonna be rinsing it.
They're gonna forget.
regardless.
They're gonna forget. You know what? It takes. I feel like it's gonna take the perfect collaboration.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess he's got to do it with somebody that everyone's like, all right, Drake, sorry, man, get back in here. You want us back.
Him
And
and
who
Billie
would
Eilish.
that be?
Who would that be? I feel like
I don't know.
We said I mean, I guess you guys were saying not hip hop, but I thought it was gonna be Young Thug.
Didn't
mean,
he do
nah.
it?
He's done, like,
Kind of gigs.
I
or
don't
was it
think it
Young
would.
Thug
I don't
feature?
think it would be Thug,
yeah, I know.
because that kind of plays into Kendrick's "You Run to Atlanta" thing. So I don't think it could be anyone.
Could it be
that
an Ariana
Kendrick tried to
Grande?
put on him?
Oh,
Like
no. I
Billie
don't
Eilish or
think-
something?
No.
Well,
Like White Pop Star, Sabrina Carpenter.
That wouldn't help for
if
hip hop.
Taylor Swift created the like she did a tour and brought both Kendrick and Drake out.
Oh, God.
If Taylor Swift saved hip hop, oh my god, no.
Yeah, I wonder if that would. If,
And then Kanye does the album,
Kanye.
produces the
He
album.
comes out, he does a song after it.
I would absolutely hate
I don't
that.
know who it would be. That's tough.
Yeah, literally.
Jay? Nah.
Jay-Z and Drake?
Nah, the young kids don't care about Jay.
Yeah.
So
It would need to be Kanye.
I was gonna say it.
It would need to be two people kind of in the same position that are both, you're getting it, like the redemption out of, you know? Like,
and if
It's what Jay did with Kanye with Wash the Throne. I feel like if Ye did that with Drizzy or
which they were gonna do.
It would be with the new GOAT,
oh god,
the Playboy Cardi. That's who it would be
Drake
with.
has songs with Playboy Cardi, and they didn't.
And they
pop.
didn't bop.
No Face was
Well-
supposed to be with Playboy
Well,
Cardi.
Pain 1993 was like on the
demo tapes.
Demo dark
demo
tape,
tapes.
yeah.
So it was like a deep cut. Like, are we counting that? Not really.
And there's
It
another
had to
one,
be
though.
like I think that's it.
No Face originally had Playboy Cardi. There wasn't a verse, but he was
We're
doing
talking
the-
about when it got officially released.
no, this
I
was
swear
gonna
there's
be
one more.
a movie
No.
with LeBron James.
Oh god,
Damn,
See, but that
he burned
doesn't-
a lot of bridges.
that's what I'm saying. That doesn't help either, because it's like you have bronzesexuals now who hate you even more, and then you have Ken sexuals who hate you as well, and these are some of the biggest like groups.
Yeah,
I don't think
And hip-hop
bronzesexuals actually hate
purists
Drake.
too.
Yes, they do.
I think they actually
They
hate
do.
hating on him right
I'm
now.
telling you, they're hating
for
on him right now.
exposing the Savannah escapades.
They're
or the
hating
He
on him
didn't
right now.
expose anything, though.
No.
He alluded
Yeah,
to
he
it.
alluded-
and people
Alluded
don't
to
like
it
that.
off a fake drop, off a freestyle that wasn't officially
and
made.
people
Like,
don't like. People didn't like that.
Pusha T alluded to it like years ago.
that LeBron was.
But
Something
when,
about,
but
I got
when
the
you're
same one as LeBron, like talking about a girl or
he was
something.
talking
Like,
about Yes Jules. He said Miami in it.
oh, word, yeah.
Or I don't know. Maybe it wasn't about Yes Jules, but he said Miami in that one.
Yeah, the Bron people don't like him right now.
Yeah, but even that's like just the moment, yo. Like people just be prisoners of the moment. But like eventually, as months pass, like
But they're not
you
gonna
dropped a
until,
hit. Okay, bet.
unless LeBron. It's like Young Thug. Until LeBron comes out and says he's good, the Bron sexuals aren't gonna be jacking him.
Yeah, well, he'll be alright without them.
He will.
He'll be alright without the 1% that ride LeBron that hard.
He will.
1%?
I don't think it's
The 1% of his
but-
fans, because I'm a Bron fan, but like that doesn't
Yeah.
change my opinion of Drake. Like,
Yeah.
But you're also like a Drake fan.
I'm a pretty big Drake fan, but
You guys,
it just wouldn't matter to me.
how often do you guys have conversations with Americans about this?
With Americans,
I've had a few.
Yeah.
I've been
Not
subjected
often.
to a lot of these
honestly,
conversations.
like
Is
every
the general consensus?
every American that, at least American woman, all the American women that I know, I guess Squabble Up, they played a little bit, but apart from that, they're playing Drake way more than Kendrick.
Probably.
Today still.
Today, yeah.
Well, maybe the music, yeah, but I think how they feel about him has changed.
shit, how they
It's
feel,
real, man.
how they feel won't change the streams.
America.
Man, some of these women bump Tory Lanez.
But yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, that the
You can listen
Americans
to
that
music and still not like the person.
yeah.
Yeah,
A
well,
lot of
The
people still listen
Americans
to R.
that
Kelly.
I've been talking to, yeah, everyone. I think people are still gonna bump Drake, but all of my American friends, I don't think any of them that I've talked to were on Drake's side.
It's not cool to like Drake right now.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
But as Torontonians, it's almost like it's for everything he's done for us. We have to. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'm gonna ride or die
Yeah,
OVO, Toronto,
that where.
all the way up, north side.
Come on
right?
now.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because
Man, we're not riding for the
Loyal
country
to the
that's gonna.
soil. You know,
we're
I'm
not
loyal
riding
to
for
a
the.
fault.
We're not gonna ride for the country that's gonna ban us for 5 years for doing
For
one
a
show
typo?
there.
you know what I'm saying? For fucking you? Come on, man. None of this.
Yeah, so I guess I didn't know what you meant between like the music or like perception at the moment. But like a lot of people aren't even that invested in this, man. People just want to go to work, come back home, go out on the weekend, and when they do that, they're trying to hear Drake.
But because anybody that's tapped into the culture, like the average person listening to music is obviously not tapped in.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
people that are culturists, that like live this shit, like they talk about it every day.
But is that
The
being tapped
majority
into
of-
the culture, or is that just being like chronically online? Like, because like being tapped into the culture is like enjoying music for how it ameliorates your life in whatever moment. That's like really seeking out new music. Something for the gym, something for the car ride, something for a party, something
That's-
for your earphones. Like
Yeah.
to me, that's more the culture.
That's one side of the culture for sure.
But,
It's just like the soundtrack shit. Like this is just playing for my life. But then there's the
Yeah.
people that are really going on the blogs and figuring out what this
a part of the
song
culture
you know?
is conversations.
Right.
It's like barbershop
Barbershop
conversations.
shit.
Barbershop
also.
talks. That's true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
And that's why Cameron and Mace are so loved, because they bring it back to that feel.
Yeah.
And I feel the culture from that standpoint. That's why I fucking love Dipset. And I love Cam for still showing love to Drizzy, because staying loyal to like the fact that when Dipset wasn't popping, Drizzy still paid homage. You know what I mean?
And Drake's really big. He's like historically been really big in New York.
Yes.
Like New York was
loves it.
basically his biggest market.
Yeah,
It wasn't
true.
here.
I feel New York loves Drake more than
Yeah.
Toronto does.
New
I don't
York
care what
loves
anybody
Drake.
says.
New York really
They'll
loves
fit-
Drake.
He came out in the
fanboy-
pink mink for those Apollo shows.
Right, exactly.
And now that I think about it, now that you said that, I don't know if I've heard anyone like or any artists like from New York's like choose up against Drake.
No.
When Jim Jones was talking about it, he was on Drake's side. Cam and Mace, they were on Drake's side. All the drill dudes are on Drake's side. So
It's also this very East Coast, West Coast thing. It's still that.
Yeah.
Like even when
We're like
one-
technically East Coast too a little bit.
No,
Like,
for sure.
No, we
We're East
are.
Coast.
We're definitely not West
100%
Coast.
East
No,
Coast.
yeah, true.
Growing up, I always wanted East. I was for sure East Coast Biggie over Tupac West Coast. You know what I'm saying? I was for sure East Coast just because that's what we
Geographically
we're
and
sim-
culturally, we're way
That's so
closer to
shocked
East
that you
Coast.
remembered when they died, yo. You're my OG for real.
Yeah.
Yo, who's show?
You also didn't remember 9/11.
I don't.
Oh man.
So you
that's
remember
crazy.
like what you were doing when Tupac and Biggie died?
Hell yeah.
Damn.
The greatest rapper of all time died on March 9th. That was the
Who
line.
died on March 9th? Which one?
That was Biggie. Well, that was a line
So
from
it was a cannabis line in second
cannabis-
round knockout.
there we go.
Damn.
Oh, that was a damn. Shout out
word
to
I don't,
I've
was I
never
even
heard of
born?
March
Like,
9th.
I don't think I was born when.
March 9th?
Of 1996.
96.
I wasn't born. I was still about to pop in the womb.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Still living.
My
your
mom was
pop's
about like what,
nuts.
6 months pregnant?
I was out here.
You was out year 95, right?
Out here.
I was out here.
Out here. You weren't
I was
even
5
walking.
months old.
I was like, you weren't even walking. About out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
96 was a big year for me. That was the year I lost my virginity. That was the year Biggie
Oh,
died.
God.
That was like, that's
Nah,
what I'm saying. He
losing
could
your
have been my
virginity
child
before
man.
Biggie dies.
That's old. No offense. Well,
Okay.
having
But
sex while Biggie.
It's more that you grew up fast.
That's true too.
96.
I think you also grew up very fast.
You grew up fast.
Yeah.
Like
So
really
you remember
fast.
being like, all right, life after death, couple weeks.
Yep.
And, holy shit. Oh my God,
Bro,
bro.
think about this. When a double album dropped in that era where there's no fucking
Yeah.
internet,
Yeah.
it's just
And you were
the
just crushed
streets.
after.
It was
funny.
source magazines. It was barbershop talk. It was whatever little internet we had off of our free AOL CDs, and Shaw cable internet, or not even cable at the time. It's still dial up.
Yeah.
AOL, Simpatico, all that. There's a time when like you'd have to click on, like if you wanted to watch porn, you'd click on something in the morning, go to school, and hope that when you got home it was fully downloaded.
To watch
you know what I mean? Porn.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Or
Sorry,
just
corn,
or
corn.
just
To
roll
watch
the.
corn,
I don't know if
corn.
we're talking
My
about the
bad.
same era, or you just roll the dice on like LimeWire, and
No, this is way
Risk the
before
virus.
LimeWire.
Yeah,
before.
That's
Yeah.
before
Way
LimeWire.
before LimeWire.
Napster.
Even before Napster.
Golly, bruh.
Deep dark web.
Golly.
No,
Damn.
when I think about it now, I actually gave my nephew today an old graffiti book that I had, like an old graffiti publication, and that I went to Tower Records to purchase, and I only knew of it because I seen it in another graffiti book article, and I'm like, when I was thinking back, I'm like, yo, I only know of this because of another article from that I've read, and like my nephew doesn't read shit. Like he reads a lot of things on the internet, so he's still reading, but like the act of turning a page as opposed to scrolling up on a page,
Damn.
like just watching him doing it today, I was like, this is antiquated. You know what I mean? This is like an obsolete gesture
Yeah.
to some
Wow.
kids.
Because
You know what I
when
mean?
was the last time
Wow.
you read a magazine?
Wow.
A magazine? You're right.
Magazine.
Maybe 10 years ago. Slam.
Oh,
was
come
the
on.
last
10
one.
years?
A magazine? Oh,
No,
yeah.
I definitely read a magazine less than 10 years ago.
Name it. What was that magazine called?
Not like when you're waiting at the doctor's office and you pick up this shit on the table.
They don't even have those anymore.
Damn.
I
Yeah,
think,
because now they all have
COVID.
COVID. yeah.
when was Rihanna when she was pregnant on Vogue?
That was 10 years ago.
No. Are you kidding?
Nah, I'm playing.
Oh, I was I would say that's the last time I think I opened the magazine and actually read through it.
Oh,
I
okay.
think, yeah.
I want to see Steve Jobs come up with that idea.
What?
It's like, we need like these books, but we need it on a screen, Like, what if we could turn page? Like,
Yeah.
Bill Burr has a joke about this, where it's just like, I wonder what the inception of that is. Like, just someone coming up with that, like that.
Like ebooks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. Now it's normal. Now it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
seeing someone flip a page is like, holy shit. Remember that? Like,
Well, have you ever asked like what are they called? Gen Zs? No, we're Gen what are they? Gen Zs or alphas, whatever they're called? Alphas?
Alphas.
Have you
Gen
ever asked
Alpha's
them
even younger,
to
yeah.
like pick up your phone without a phone?
Yeah, I've seen that trend.
They go like this.
Yeah.
I was like,
oh, so they don't have none of
they
that.
don't,
don't do
have like
this.
because they don't know landlines.
That's crazy.
or ask them to roll up the window in the car. Like they just
And they do this.
Ah.
Or they point the finger. And I'm like, what the hell?
They don't understand
They
the-
don't
the
know
concept
rolling
of
up
a
the
roll.
window
What
is
this is.
manual.
Yeah.
You're talking about like charades or something. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
So it's like,
yeah.
oh, pick up the phone. They do this. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I'm on the phone.
So, I mean, because
Also-
people are listening. So you're saying,
Oh, sorry. Yeah. You
put
can't
their
see.
hand by their
So
ear.
when you
flat.
ask a Gen Z or an alpha to pick up the phone, like in charades, their hand is flat. Like an iPhone or like a
right.
smartphone, compared to us where we have like a landline, you have the ear and you have the mouthpiece.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
use
yeah.
your thumb and your pinky.
wow.
Yeah, yo, ask them to get off the phone.
tap. They just
Oh.
tap.
They go like this.
They go like
We go
they
like
hit
this.
the tap.
Yeah, we hang it
there was
up.
a
We
certain
put them
amount of-
two hands
There was
down,
power
okay,
in
those
that. Like
two
you can't
fingers
hang
down.
up on people anymore. There
Yeah.
used to be like a sound it would make.
Right.
Now you gotta look,
can
like wait for
slam.
your screen to pop back on and press a button. Like that's
Even
Yeah.
even that little flap or something, just mother.
Yeah.
that was the
Closing.
sound effect. Just closing. Yeah.
But now it's just whip your phone. It's like
Lost.
mother.
Yeah.
Pow. That's it. That's all you got.
Trey, you're not Gen Alpha? No.
What?
He's a,
And
But
with-
you're Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with stuff like that, I usually I never really feel that old because it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. The one where I started to feel old is they started to ask freshman. It was high school McDonald's All-Americans who these old NBA players were. And I'm saying old. They weren't old. It was like, who are these NBA players? And half of them didn't know half of them. And it wasn't like niche people. It was like Amari Stoudemire.
Really?
Emeka Okafor. Like people like that. And I'm like, yo, we are officially old. If you can't, like, they don't know the all-stars of when we were younger.
Right.
Yeah,
But the fact that we
also-
saw how many generations retire too.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, I've
And
seen
their
20
sons are in the
years.
league.
Like Blake Griffin is is talking on TV.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Tom
He's a
Brady's
comedian
talking
now.
on TV.
Yeah.
That threw me during the NFL game. Why is Tom Brady there
But, like,
with an
I-
earpiece?
I remember Blake Griffin being Rookie of the Year, and I remember him in like I think it was
Dunking over
Oklahoma.
cars?
And stuff. Yeah, like I just,
Oklahoma State.
yeah, like I remember that.
Or,
Now
yeah,
he is too
university.
old to play and is an analyst. Like I watched that from start to finish. Yes, old. Like
Everyone's analyst. After the TNT squad, like Shaq and Chuck and Kenny, like when they leave and all the analysts are people that we used to watch, then we're gonna feel. It's like the NBA when all of the Steph and all of them leave and it's just the young kids. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna feel different.
Who do you think our TNT would be? Our TNT.
Oh, that's a good
cast?
question.
Damn.
I would love
what
to
do you
see
mean our TNT?
like
Like
they were to put
ours
like
right now is
inside the NBA.
Chuck. You know,
Oh,
Yeah,
like
it's
Shaq.
a generation ahead of us. Yeah.
So who do you think would be their
Would be a good one.
The fillers. Who would fill in?
Draymond would
Draymond,
be
I
there.
think
definitely,
Draymond would be good.
I would love to see Jeff Teague up there, but I know I know
Jeff-
he's
I don't know if
not,
they'll let him.
they won't
He's,
let
he's a
him.
little too real.
He's great, but he's too real. But
He
then
would
again,
be great.
he could easily be the Chuck of the squad. You know what I mean?
What do you think? Do
He
you think
would
he would
be
be the
good.
Chuck or the Kenny?
He'd be the Chuck.
He'd be the Chuck because he's
But he's kind of quiet.
He's
though.
kind of because he's like
Draymond
even
might
on
be the
his
Chuck.
show on Jeff Teague's podcast.
Or the Shaq.
yeah.
He's not the wildest one. Jeff
Yeah.
Teague's not the wildest one on the podcast.
He just has the funny stories.
He just has a delivery that's just so nonchalant and funny.
Because like you listen to him and he'll be quiet for like 10 minutes.
Actually, Gilbert Arenas. Arenas might be.
Arenas would be Chuck.
He would be Chuck. I love Gilbert.
Draymond
Arenas.
would be Shaq.
Yeah.
Oh, Draymond and Gilbert. Ooh, that'd
that
be
would be
great.
crazy. Yeah.
It'd be some
It'd have to be,
nondescript
yeah,
white
some
guy
random
that
guy.
He's,
Dwayne Wade.
Some
he's
random-
working in the background right
I
now and
want to see
waiting for his
Dwayne Wade as
opportunity.
an analyst.
Nah.
You don't like him as an analyst?
I don't
Nah.
like Dwayne
Hate
Wade as
him.
a personality.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade's boring.
Yeah.
Super
He could be an
I don't know.
analyst. I don't like him as a
I'm
personality.
thinking,
Yeah.
I'm thinking basketball minds, people that would actually be entertaining.
But they have
though,
to be
and, like-
entertaining and a basketball.
Like I
mind.
like the idea of Chris Paul because but he wouldn't be a entertaining boxer. Like you're not tuning. You're going to go get a drink at halftime if he's.
Yeah, but
Pat
you
Bev
need.
is good too.
Pat Bev would be good.
Yeah, I
too
can't
much.
stand Pat Beverly.
Really?
No, you need to have the balance of entertainment and sports because like on TNT, like they have like memeable moments that you don't have to like know that like know sports to know who these guys are.
Yeah,
Like the whole Galveston, where are they going? They're going to Galveston Tech, like all of that.
Yeah,
Like that's a
yeah.
meme, but you have to know basketball to know what that means.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
There's a
saying?
clock on the stove.
Yeah,
San Antonio women.
Legendary.
yeah, exactly. So,
Big old San Antonio women.
all right, we wrap it up.
Yeah, they're 220.
Yeah,
We got
I
anything
mean,
important left?
the only last one we have, apparently Joey Badass is dissing J. Cole. I didn't know that.
And the
I don't-
culturists, all the people, like they're not. I don't hear anything about this.
I even know Joey Badass.
Is this place self-destructing?
I don't know why.
I
Is
think
Joey
it's the
Badass
pipes.
even still making like music relevantly?
Yeah. No, but he still makes
He
music.
still makes
though.
music. Nobody cares.
He's more of like actor. I think he's in that lane now.
I
He's
feel
very
like
niche.
every like era of people, every graduating class has what I like to call a Lupe fiasco, where like they're just their pen is undeniable. Everything they say is always true. There's a lot of truth.
Yeah.
You know, maybe even when he's wrong, he gets his point across,
Yeah.
right? Just because people believe in their intelligence.
Yeah.
But then just the music ain't it. So it's just like
And Joey's one of
after a
those?
while, it's just like, okay, the music and your ability was what made us care what you have to say. But now that it ain't really like that, like you have nothing to stand on no more. We don't
Right.
I don't care what you have to say if the music ain't nice.
Yeah.
Like cool, you was on Wu-Tang, you're acting now. I love that about him. Right?
That's why I actually have to salute Kendrick for like the place that he's in now. Cause like that's kind of where he was going with Mr. Morale. Like you're making music, but everybody's falling asleep to it. Like fucking domestic violence bangers. Like, what are you doing? But then, you know, recently, like he has songs that are connecting, like TV Off, Squabble Up, stuff like that, kind of embracing his Cali roots. So he could have turned into one of those Lupe Fiasco dudes.
Yeah.
Or at least a J. Cole.
So then why is Joey
Yeah, people
Badass
were
dissing
trying
J.
to-
Cole?
He actually did. He did say he said something about J. Cole.
He said
It was
he's
the
he
might
Mike
said-
delete
later
her.
part.
Yeah.
Originally,
I'd never delete it though, or something like that. Like it was reference to what J. Cole did.
But originally, what happened was, and I don't know exactly how it started, but it didn't start with J. Cole. It started with Joey Badass and Ray Vaughn. And if you don't know who Ray Vaughn is, he's signed to TDE. I think Joey
yeah,
Badass.
yeah.
He said
Very
something.
similar rapping
He said
styles,
something
yeah.
along the lines of like people are like dick riding the West Coast or
Too
something.
much West Coast dick licking.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then Ray Vaughn made a diss track
Which is a bar from 22 Twos.
about him.
Jay-Z, yeah.
And then he went back at like, and now he's
And then
shooting at people. and
He's just
stuff.
saying, yeah, he won't delete his diss later. So
Yeah.
it was just a play.
So it was like it wasn't a diss to him. It's just a little like he caught a straight.
Yeah.
Hip hop competitive spirit stuff.
Caught it straight.
How do you guys feel about that, like, that offbeat rap in the West Coast?
I like it.
If you're
man.
asking me,
Yeah, I like it.
I love it.
I like West Coast music.
I love West Coast music. It's definitely not for everybody. I get it.
Did you hear about that racist Mexican?
Which one?
Drex the something?
No,
Oh, you not tapped in then.
I don't know. What did he do?
Bounce Out by Drex the... the first part of his name is Drex. He's been under fire recently.
For
because-
being racist?
He's basically a Mexican that looks black.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's an Afro-Mexican, but anytime any interviewer asks him, like, what's your background? He always just says, no, I'm Mexican. You know, strike one.
Drex of the joint?
Drex the joint. There you go. But look at him. He looks black, but he just tells everybody he's Mexican.
Oh, I have seen that guy.
Okay, right.
I have
Okay.
seen
He has
that
Drex
guy.
the Mexican.
He has a big song called Bounce Out, which
have seen
actually
it.
really
Yeah.
good.
Drex the Mexican? That's
Drex
his
the
name?
joint.
Drex the joint.
joint.
Oh my God. Just the what, sir?
Drex the joint.
Joint. I'm like, who's Drex? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
And then recently, he was on IG Live with like Mexican gangbangers in the back. And then maybe he didn't hear them anything, but they just kept saying, NK, yo, NK up, NK, NK. And this is how deep the brown and black beef is in Cali.
Yeah.
NK means nigga killers.
Oh.
Yeah.
But they were saying that in the background, he had him on IG Live. So this is supposed to be kind of like a next up Cali rapper now.
Oh.
And then now he's like on an apology tour, like, yo, I didn't really mean to, I didn't know what they're on. Trust me, everybody got dealt, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I don't know. Like, that's like the next Cali rapper up.
That kid needs he is black.
I know, but he'll tell everybody, no, I'm not black.
Yeah, he's
Interesting.
bugging.
You
But-
have a crisis.
Also remember, black is non-existent outside of America, North America.
It isn't, but
like people don't identify as black
yeah.
outside of
But
North
my
America.
fault. He's not. He's from Arizona.
But racially, he's black. Ethnicity, he might be Mexican.
Yeah, and then nationality, he's American.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
But
he just calls himself Mexican.
like, let's be so for real, sir.
But yeah, the style.
I wasn't sure if you heard about him.
You are the N and NK, so what are we talking about?
People might not like the rap, like the style.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where I feel like you kind of either gotta just like you gotta know why people like it to like
Yeah.
it.
It's not
It's
even
like soca.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You gotta know.
How them West Coast guys dance and
Yeah.
stuff.
And you
like
see how
it's
her
made
face
for-
twists up when you said that?
My face didn't do anything.
Yeah. Have you ever
Yeah,
been to
yeah.
Trinidad Carnival?
No.
So you will never truly
Zoe will
understand.
go to Trinidad, then
No,
just
I
go to
won't.
dance hall parties.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Even when I went to Jamaica for Carnival, I was like, all right, this is
Because
cute.
Jamaica Carnival ain't it.
Yes, it is.
It
Jamaica
ain't-
Carnival is fun.
Well, you
Go to
can't compare
Trinidad
to Trinidad,
Carnival
yeah.
5 years straight.
I don't think
And then
any-
you'll
Oh, yeah,
understand.
'cause you worked there
5
for
years
real, yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
He was working there for four or 5 years.
Yeah.
Did you live there?
Yeah, well, for like during carnival season for like 2 months out
Oh,
of the
wow.
year.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
But then
Norm-
I was
Norm
also
lived a
getting like
million
the
lives,
royal treatment out there. So like I
Norm-
can say it was, but I hated soca going in.
Wow.
When I was going, I'm like,
Yeah,
I would get mad when they would play it so
that
early. on
Pots
flow,
and pans
you know?
music.
But then when I got there, and then I understood. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
there's a reason why, because everybody's in on it.
Yeah.
So then you,
I
once
like
you
any
changes.
music that makes people have fun. You're a hater if you don't like it.
yes. I understand why people enjoy
Zoe?
drum and bass because I used to rave. I don't
just-
care for it now,
I
but I understand.
don't hate soca.
No, you fold your arms. When everybody's
I
having
didn't fold
fun.
my arms.
Everybody's having
That's
fun.
not true. There's some soca songs I really enjoy, but like when it's like going like so it can go very left for me very quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a single set can go from like, oh, this is fire to bro, turn this shit off.
It gets niche.
Because there's certain songs that are just like, okay, this is very, very like of the island.
Yeah.
very
And that's when
soft,
it gets too much. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just too
Did you
much
guys
for me.
know that Norm was Marshall Montano's chef?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I feel like I didn't
Yeah,
know this.
yeah.
So that's why you
Once
lived in
upon a
Trinidad.
That's why I was there for this
How
time.
many
How many
Infinity
lives have you
Stones?
lived?
Told you I'm an old man.
So you can cook too?
That's what I went to school for. Culinary arts.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And
So-
you were his private chef.
I was a personal chef, living chef.
Lived there.
Cooking
Yeah, I-
doubles and bakes and pepper pot every day.
I would not cook that stuff because I'm like, I'm in Trinidad
Yeah.
where they've perfected
They do
this.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You want that? I will go get it down the street.
Bakes don't
But you're
taste
not
good.
like-
No.
yeah.
But he loved Asian food.
Oh, there you go.
And that's how I got the job. He's like, yo, if you can cook up this one dish that I love from this one Asian spot,
Tao General.
I'm like,
chicken.
show me. And I'm like, oh, it's a fried pepper shrimp. Easy. Soft.
Yeah. And that's how you got the job.
Yeah. That was very
wow.
How do you even network to
Fried
get
rice
that?
shrimp.
No, well, my roommate at the time and best friend, shout out to Che Katari, he was his manager, and he's like, yo, Norm, there's no, like, the hours we work in Trinidad are crazy. After fets, nothing's open. It's just doubles and corn soup. Like, and he's vegan, right? So he's like, I can live off only
Vegan
so much
and
amount.
favorite dish was shrimp.
No. This is Marshall wasn't vegan. His manager
Sorry.
was. So his manager was vegan, and he didn't want to live off just corn soup and doubles, for a whole 2 months. So he's like, yo, just keep me healthy. You live with me, you know what I eat. Boom. So just one day I was cooking for him, and Marshall's just like, yo, Che, why is you hogging the chef? Have him cook for me, man. And I'm like, what do you want? And I cooked him up what he wanted, and he's like, okay, yeah, I had. Boom. That was it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was really only supposed to be there for my boy. But then when Marshall was like, no, cook for me too. If you're going to be on road with us, going everywhere, why would you only be cooking for him
Yeah.
when I want the food that you're cooking for him too? Like,
Yeah.
just cook for me.
And I'm the talent alone.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Jay's like, all right, cool. But don't fuck up, Norm. I'm like, I got this. I don't know how to cook Chinese food. But fuck it. I'll figure it out. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Wow.
I was not supposed to be no fucking celebrity chef.
Yeah.
But I was like, whatever. I've cooked for lots of people. I'm not afraid to cook for other people because I feel like I have a good palate for taste. I just need to know what your palate is, and like I'll meet you there, right?
Okay.
And he was very like, I remember one year he's like, he was trying to lose weight. He wanted to go on he was paleo pescatarian one year.
What does that mean? I know
So
pescatarian.
pescatarian is fish, like
Right.
seafood only, but paleo is only complex carbohydrates. But while having that, he also said, try and still serve me traditional.
Paleo's complex carbohydrates, fat and protein though. No,
So like
but the only carbs you get are complex.
complex.
Gotcha,
So,
Can you give an example
sweet
of one of these?
potatoes
Yeah.
is a complex carb, right? But flour, rice, all that stuff, complex. Those are
broccoli
yeah.
complex carb. Right?
Yes,
stuff
right?
like
Oh, wow,
that.
okay.
So, but he was like, but I still want traditional Trinidadian food. I'm like, yo, you guys are the whole cuisine is based off dough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like fried doubles, roti,
Yeah.
paluri, like everything's a
Yeah.
fried type of dough.
Yeah.
So how do you want me to do something traditional? So like I had to like try and make doubles with almond flour. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that shit. Like I'm not gonna bastardize a cuisine
Yeah.
just because you want something close to it. Like, just
Yeah.
don't eat it, bro. Just like leave that alone. Let me give you what I can give you, and I'll help you lose weight. He lost weight. He everything he wanted, he did. But he was also just the angriest person because he still wanted what he wanted. But he's just like, but what do you want, Marshall? Do you want to lose weight and look good, or do you want to, what is it? Tell me. And I had to like be at the brunt end of that. I don't want to call it abuse, but it's like when somebody is number one, and they need what they need to stay there. So it's just like, also like I was hired knowing he loved smoking backwoods and blunts, and my roommate's like, Norm, I know how much backwood blunts you smoke. Like, this is his thing. You're gonna be his official roller. I was like, yo, this is amazing. But then he quit smoking weed. He changed his diet and all in 1 year, and he did 52 fets within 30 days, and shot a movie, did 5 music videos, did an album, Soca Monarch. Like the amount of work we did within 30 days.
Wow.
Think about it, 52 fets in 30 days. We're doubling up on
Like,
days.
yeah, like
Yeah.
damn near
and
two a
we're
day.
and we're only fetting from Wednesday to Sunday,
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
dear
That's
God.
3 a day.
right? So
And
there'll
you
be
were going.
days.
Like, you had to be there.
Oh, I'm feeding the man. So at any point in time, and like wherever we go,
Norm's just in
and
the
I'm not
back.
even cooking. Sometimes it would be like, here's the budget. Just manage the food. Grab it, cook it, make sure, the riders, the food that was in the rider is actually of So there's many times where I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing out here, but I'm gonna figure it out. I also went above and beyond and made sure that everybody, he had like a 50-man crew when I first started with him. And every year they'd cut down like 10 people, because they just got better and better at it with my buddy managing at the helm. But I remember what kept me there, why they kept on bringing me back, was in my natural Filipino nature, like I felt the need to feed everyone. Because I'm like, everyone see me feed the manager and Marshall and like their special guests,
You start to
and
feel-
everybody
yeah, it
else
feels-
like that I
yeah.
gotta go back to like the trenches with working. They're just like, he's hungry, man. And I'm like, don't worry, I'm gonna run through, because all these fets have they're like all-inclusive fets, right? So they're giving away free food. Some they don't give away free food, you gotta pay. But regardless, I played the Marshall card everywhere I went. I'm just like, I's Marshall's chef. I didn't even put on that. Why am I? I'm like, I am Marshall Montano's chef.
I believed you.
Why the hell would I be here, a Filipino dude in the middle of a fet claiming that I am his chef?
Yeah.
And he is requesting 34 doubles. Okay? Stat, fuck this line. Surf Marshall. I'll get a picture of him bigging up your company, whatever. D doubles, tent. Boom. Cool. He'll give a shout out for you guys. Can I get 34 doubles right now? Slide pepper. Like, okay, for Marshall, give it a China boy, what do you want? Boom.
Oh my
And
God.
I'd go to every vendor and be like, Marshall needs 55 beef patties. Go to this one. Marshall needs 14 mini rotis, veggie, 30 this. And I would request everything and be like, I don't care. Why would I be doing this if he didn't
all the
request
way.
it? He didn't request it. But then I'd come back with
You'd
all these
feed the
boxes and be like,
team.
eat everybody. Come on, go.
Took care
We were
of
just
people.
whining and eating.
That's what it was. But in the same way, like I would feed them, they taught me soca culture. I've never, I had waistline rash, like just from all the bubbling. It was just so strong and so
Waistline rash.
they would not let me
does that
stop
mean?
It's
bubbling.
like bikers who just bike too long. You're
You're just bubbling all the time.
And
It's just
because
a ring around
sometimes
your
the
waist.
gemstones be scratching you and shit.
Oh my God.
And you're just whatever. It's reverse tug of war of the hips.
reverse tug of war with your hips, real. Okay.
Instead of pulling back, you gotta push forward. You gotta thrust
So you
forward.
don't lose your balance.
Until they
Yeah.
fall over, But it was a beautiful cultural exchange at the end of the
That's
day.
beautiful,
Yeah.
man.
So,
love that.
as someone, I'm not the best chef, right? As someone who went to school to cook, give me 3 actionable tips I could do to either get better at cooking or just make the food that I'm making taste better. Because I think that's the issue. It's not like I can't cook. It's the food that I'm making doesn't taste the best. It doesn't taste as good as I know food is supposed to taste.
Mans don't want me wanting seconds of their own.
Yeah.
See,
One and done.
I have a strong flavor memory palette. I think I have a good I have good tonal memory where I'll sing a song and then the song will start playing and I'm already singing it on the same exact tone. So my tonal memory is very good like that. But with my flavor memory, I could taste something and I'll be like, all right, I'll just keep on adding till I get to that taste. So I remember in Trinidad, I was trying to have this lady teach me how she made her bacon saltfish, and she had the dough, and she's not using any measurements. And I'm like, Miss, how do you know? She's like, I measure till the ancestors tell me to stop. And I'm like, sick, that's crazy, right?
I'm dead.
But then she's like, also close your eyes, feel the dough. So I'm feeling it. She's like, it's not done yet. She added more flour, mix it up. She's like, now feel it. And I feel it. She's like, memorize that. She's like, one thing she does, she's like, feel this right here. So this is something they use for steak.
In between your
feel
fingers.
So when
in between your thumb
it's
and your
raw,
ring finger.
this little piece right here, right?
Right.
For steaks, they say when it's not clenched, just fully loose, this is raw steak. And the more you put pressure in the squeeze, the more doneness. So like I had to practice memorizing what the done steak felt like, what the blue steak felt like.
Oh, wow.
And so when I push down on the steak, like, oh, this is ready. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's like little details like that will help you understand where the texture of a steak will go, where the texture of the dough will go. But as far as flavor goes, you have to remember the palate of like, see, you're remembering texture here, but you got to remember the palate on the other end. So like when you're adding whatever flavors, you can be like, okay, it needs a bit more pimento peppers to give it more, like you can't add too much Scotch bonnet because it'll get too spicy. So add pimento because it's not as spicy, but you get the flavor of Scotch bonnet. And
Do you
there's
even know? Do you have pimento?
Yeah. I never bought it, but there's been pimento in my house for years.
Isn't that like really hard to get out here?
well, you can
Pimento?
find,
No, go to Oceans.
yeah, well, there's pimento spice, which is like the seed, and there's the pimento peppers, which is just like a non-spicy Scotch bonnet.
Yeah.
Well, I think I was talking about the wood. The
There's
actual
pimento wood for
that's
jerk.
I heard
yeah.
that's hard to get here to
That's
make,
hard
to
to
make
get.
to make
Pimento
like real
wood,
jerk
for sure.
chicken.
But
Yeah.
but if what I would do is like when I eat, I always close my eyes for the first few bites because like those first few, that sensation you get with the first few bites is always going to be the best because everything after that it's diminishing returns because as the more and more you get full, the more the allure goes away. So that first initial bite, close your eyes and take it in, breathe in the flavors, really get to know it so you know if you want to make it again.
He's a child. He's a child. He's a child.
Continue though. I need this
Wait till we
information.
hit him like a parent.
Yeah.
He's a child.
And then once
Like
you start,
parent-teacher
once you
interview?
start swallowing that shit, you know what I'm saying? I want you to fucking gargle that flavor. No, but really understand the nuance of the flavors so that if you want to recreate it, you don't need the measurements. You can just get there with your memory.
So you have to like analyze along the way.
You have to analyze along the way. Taste. Okay, here's one. Taste as you go along. Never over season, under season always. Because once you add too much salt, you can't take it away. You could always add more. So don't be the guy to say, nah. Even when you're seasoning. I know people like to over season just in case, but you could always add later. So just go light at first. And for, like, what's your favorite type of cuisine?
I like chicken.
You like chicken.
That's not.
For chicken, to make
You mean
chicken
in terms,
taste good.
in terms of like
No, it was
like y'all know
these are
what
the
I
answers.
mean.
Yeah, and these are the answers we need.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you want to make chicken taste good, obviously,
Chicken of any cuisine. How about
yes.
this?
Now, doneness is always a key factor in chicken. Obviously, it's always got to be cooked fully through, but when a breast gets too dry,
Yeah.
ugh,
Yeah, it's true.
you know? So
Yeah, juicy
something
breast.
as small as the outer sear. Do you know what a sear is?
No.
Is when you heat oil to
Like the
smoking
technological
point.
term, I don't know what it is, but
So I'll show you what it is.
Yeah.
So you heat oil to a smoking point. Okay, once you see a little bit of smoke coming from oil, drop the meat, piece of chicken.
I didn't say anything. But he's right, it is meat. We
John-
have over sexualized meat. Yes, we the
we did.
people.
Yes, we have.
No, but-
Anyways, drop
so
the
when,
meat.
When you drop the chicken serving side down, so you know how there's like a chicken breast, there's that back part that you cut off the bone, and there's the top part that's pristine, you know? Normally where the skin is. If you take off the skin top, drop that piece down first, get a sear. The point of getting that smoking point is because the heated oil, right, is going to burn a layer of beautiful brownness, you know? And it's gonna, when you do that on both sides, it's gonna act as like a locking system that locks in all the juices inside. Because once you like drop it down and the oil is still like heating up, what you're doing already is you're drying out the chicken from jump,
That's my issue. I do
right?
that.
So don't make sure that it's the smoking point is there. So when you drop it, you hear that sizzle. It's not sticking to the pan because it doesn't have time to stick to the pan because it's already seared that nice brown layer. So it's easy to pull off the pan right away. Because when it's slowly heating up, it has no time to create that separation because it's like slowly melting together, and then you can't. That's where you get all those sediments stuck to the bottom of the pan. It's got to be nice and hot. So boom, flip, boom, flip. Don't leave it on the pan too long. Just get those sides nice and brown so that when you throw it into an oven and to cook the rest of the way, the juices are locked inside that layer of sear that you've done on both sides. So when you pull it out, the juices never got to go anywhere. But here's another thing. When people chop their finished product too soon, all the juices dissipate into the chopping board. You gotta wait. Let it rest for at least 3 minutes. Right? It's gonna be too hot for you to eat it anyways. So let it rest for like 3 minutes. Let the juices redistribute within the piece of meat, and then you can go at it. Or that's where you have the sauces that are hot to pour over because sometimes people are like, oh, I want to eat it nice and hot. But whatever, just let it cool down, then heat it up again. Because once you cut it out, once you cut a piece of meat while the juices are still trying to spread back out, they'll just like basically, they just sweat out. Dissipate.
Yeah. Because I think one of my biggest issues is I'm always so paranoid of undercooking something that I usually end up overcooking it.
Yeah.
Like I can never really tell when is the right time.
People don't realize that cooking continues after you pull it off the pan.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Right?
Steak.
So like you may not think it's done there, but in that 3 minutes of it resting, it's cooking the rest of the way. So obviously with chicken, you don't want to, play
How come
with
you
fire.
took that skin off?
I took the skin off only because most people don't buy like when they buy chicken breasts filleted and taken off the bone, there's no skin on it. But if
that's why you're saying
skin on,
skin helps, man.
for sure it's gonna keep it juicy.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But don't cut it too soon, man. People cut meat too soon and all the juices just flow out. That's why you'll see those chopping boards with bare blood all over. That's supposed to be distributed within the meat so that every bite will have that juice. But when you cut it too soon, it's all on the chopping board. So let that shit breathe for a little bit and then go at it. I think as far as chicken goes, and chicken breast.
Shout out to you.
We can talk all day for about.
I was gonna say we gotta.
But I got a lot out of that.
Yeah,
that was very useful.
information.
There you go.
Extremely
I really
useful
appreciate
information.
that.
You're
Shout out
welcome.
to
You're
you for
welcome.
answering that because you asked him cuisine and he just said jig it.
Right? Like,
Shout out to you
real.
for giving him a legit
And I
answer.
wanted to make fun of him, but I had the same question
Nah,
too,
that's
so I was kind of like,
Like you know what I meant.
That's cool. I'm just glad that he answered as lengthy as possible. That was good.
And this is one last thing. A lot of you guys are into buying those like Metro chicken rotisserie chicken joints.
Yeah, my mom loves those.
Right?
Great deals.
Black
great deal.
Caribbean people love a rotisserie chicken.
Any immigrant loves the fact that the chicken's done and all you got to do is go at it.
Yeah.
Save the bones. Perfect for stock. It's winter time right now. Anytime you see a bone that hasn't went into a mouth and it's just like you're taking the pieces off the bone, the bones are still flavor filled. Use that as a stock. You'll have like a leftover onion in the fridge, half an onion. You'll have some garlic there. You have like some celery from a salad you didn't eat. Those are all bases of a stock. Nothing goes to waste in my home. Anything like every bone, every outer layer of not the orange part of onion, like that one outer layer of onion that you don't use because there's still a little bit of orange outer shell. That's going in. I'm creating a stock because it's fucking cold right now. Soup season is in. Everything is becoming a soup at this point.
That's smart.
Nothing goes to waste.
Yeah.
Well, thanks,
Wise
Norm, for
words from
coming
Norm.
on
Yeah, jeez.
and teaching Jasura how to cook chicken.
It's also
Like, it was
poverty.
just me
you know.
paying
No,
attention.
I know how to cook chicken.
A lot of our
I didn't know all the
listeners
details, I won't lie, but I make really good
and
chicken
yeah,
breast.
yeah. And now I'll know better.
Yeah.
That's real.
But thank you for coming and cheating on your podcast on a Tuesday.
Listen,
It was great
Relentless
to have
Diaries,
you.
this was so refreshing.
Oh,
So refreshing. Oh, I'm so sick of hearing Marlon talk.
Shame. All right,
Fucking
y'all.
love, I
We'll
love
see you
that. I was
next week.
joking.
Thank you for topping the episode. Yeah.